could win some prizes or be the star of the game. Diamonds Baseball is a professional baseball team that is brought to you with the special help of businesses and individuals throughout the Pittsburg and Antioch area. Please be mindful of our sponsors and support their businesses as a way to say thank you for their support. Your tickets, their names are on the back of them. We also, of course, could never do this without our host families that house many of our favorite Diamond players. Without them, this would not be possible. So big shout out of support to our families as well. Attention fans, while attending today's event, I'd like to remind all spectators to be aware that baseballs, baseball bats, and other objects may fly into the spectator is covered behind home plate. I'd also like to remind everyone to visit our concessions for ballpark food, soft drinks, and beer, sponsored by Rotary. That's right, buy a beer for the community. Today is a special day. It is Rotacare Day. Check out the masala burger, the kebab wraps, and of course, we might have some pizza in there. Also, remember to get your Diamonds gear on sale from Diane's Embroidery and Graphics of Pittsburgh. T-shirts, caps, and more are on sale at the game and can also be found at dianesembroidery.com. It's everything a Diamonds fan is looking for. Short on cash? No worries. Credit cards are gladly accepted. And now for the starting lineup for the Napa Silverados. Leading off, center field, 16, Ray Jones. Batting second, the first baseman, number 12, Devin Ramirez. Batting third, the shortstop, number 26, Willie Salas. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 21, Kendall Coleman. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 10, Nico Toni. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 7, Nick Kern. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 15, Josh Montalongo. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 33, Dominic Bethencourt. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 17, Drake Yoshioka. And pitching tonight for the Silverados will be number 29, Scott Harkin. And now for your Pittsburgh Diamonds. Leading off will be center field, number 6, Brett Smith. Batting second, the third baseman, number 15, Morgan Blatnick. Batting third will be the left fielder, number 16, Chris Schweitzer. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 12, Ryan Lashley. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 2, Rafael Valera. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Crazy 8, Yuki Yasuda. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 18, Cos Canela. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 32, Steven Javier. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 1, numero uno, Jose Garcia. And on the mound to shut him down, number 36, Travis Blackley. And now, special guest from Pittsburgh Rotary, the current president, Joelle.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, everyone, for coming to Pittsburgh Diamonds Rotacare Free Medical Clinic Day. We thank the owners, Shaw Karam and Wolf Crosby, for allowing us to be here. Rotacare Pittsburgh Free Medical Clinic at St. Vincent de Paul provides free, urgent, basic, and chronic condition care to uninsured adults in our community. Rotacare Pittsburgh has completed well over 7,000 patient visits in just over 7 years of existence, operating with a volunteer medical staff and only 6 clinics each month. A big thank you to our co-sponsoring and participating Rotary clubs, The Rotary Clubs of Pittsburg, Alamo, Antioch, Delta Antioch, Brentwood, Pleasant Hill, Martinez, the 680 San Ramon area clubs. Rotacare couldn't operate without your support. Thanks also to our partners, Rotacare Bay Area and St. Vincent de Paul. Our medical staff is all volunteer. We always need volunteer physicians, nurses, medical assistants, EMTs, interpreters, coders, and others. We keep our doors open with funding from donations, grants, and fundraising efforts. We receive no federal funding. For today's event, the Rotary Club of Antioch has donated $500, and the Rotary Club of Pittsburgh is donating all the beer booth profits to Rotacare. If you don't drink beer, stop by our beer booth anyway. We have a donation jar. It is. A big thank you to Paula McAvoy of the Antioch Club, our Diamonds announcer, for organizing this event, and Paula also has some raffle prizes for later. Would all of our Rotarians and Rotacare volunteers please stand up or raise your hands? Yay! Thank you. Thank you. And I'd also like to introduce Pam DeFranco, who is one of our nurse volunteers with the clinic. She'll be answering questions about the clinic, how to volunteer, how to make an appointment, and get services. Thank you again.
And lastly, we'd like to introduce everybody's favorite bat boy. This is downtown Bodie Brown. He's going to be catching the ceremonial first pitch.
I guess it doesn't. Sunday afternoon to you. This is Scott McDonald and Tony Schultz coming to you live from Winter Chevrolet Stadium for today's Sunday afternoon baseball game between the Pittsburg Diamonds and the Napa Silverados, as the Diamonds close out this week, hoping to do it with a winning record of 4 wins and 2 losses, and they have had 2 dramatic victories against these Silverados in this week. A walk-off single by Joelle Carranza on Thursday night that allowed them to win 10-9, and then just last night, Carranza not only had a grand slam in the game, but he came up in the 8th inning with the bases loaded, and he promptly singled in 2 runs to break a 7-7 tie. The Diamonds, for the second home game in a row, had scored the winning runs in their final at bat, and it was very exciting. The Diamonds taking the field here for today's game. They are 3-2 on the week, and if they can win today, not only can they go to 4-2 for the week and have their second winning week in a row, but they can actually reach the 500 mark, and that has just been an interesting struggle. And as things have gotten so good for the Diamonds, as they've surged forward here in the month of August, they have on at least 3 occasions reached that 500 mark only to fall back. So here they are again, one win away from breaking even for the season, and they would like to do that and, of course, break through that. On the mound today for the Diamonds, Travis Blackley, who will be trying to get them to the 500 mark. He'll be facing Scott Harkin on the mound for Napa. The Silverados are very frustrated. They are chasing Vallejo for the final playoff position. Vallejo has lost 11 games in a row, but now Napa has lost 5 in a row, and so they have not been able to gain a game, even though the Admirals have just been kind of teasing them with all of the opportunities to catch up. There are 11 games left in the Pacific Association season, and so they all count a great deal, especially in this battle the Diamonds are in for the final playoff position. The Diamonds are in 3rd place, 3 games ahead of Vallejo, and Vallejo is 4 games ahead of these Napa Silverados. We're ready to go here on a Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh, and here to bring you the play-by-play is Tony Schultz.
Okay, Scotty, thank you very much. Here's that lineup for Napa. Ray Jones will lead it off. He's in center. Ramirez at first. Salas, the shortstop. Coleman is in left. Nico Tony, the catcher. Nick Kernan right. Josh Montalago back in the lineup. He's at DH this afternoon. Bethencourt at third. Yoshioka at second. And that lineup will take on Travis Blackley, the very fine left-hander of the Pittsburgh Diamonds. 2-2, a .323 earned run average. 10 games for Travis, 10 starts, 39 innings pitched, 52 strikeouts to just 9 walks. A very good strikeout to walk ratio, and the first pitch is up high for a ball, and we are underway from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh. A warm day, but not incredibly hot, I wouldn't say. If you're in the direct sunlight, you're wiping off the sweat, but under the grandstand, very comfortable indeed. 1-0 pitch is hit well into right field. Going back, and this is gone. A leadoff home run for Ray Jones, and that's the way the afternoon starts for Blackley and the Diamonds.
That's not how they wanted it to start.
That wasn't the plan.
They wanted it to be a little bit less dramatic than that right off the beginning.
Quitzer, Smith, Canella left to right in the outfield. Blatnick, Garcia, Yasuda, Lashley. Third to first in the infield, Javier behind the plate. And, of course, Travis on the mound, who's been so very good since coming back to the Diamonds this year. But the trouble with that first batter, and 1-0 already in favor of Napa. Of course, Napa 2 out of the last 3 nights, losing in dramatic fashion here against Pittsburgh. And, of course, coming up next week, they're going to play the Diamonds a couple of more times, and that one is outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Ramirez, to be followed by Willie Salas. Of course, a huge night for Joelle Carranza, who's not in the lineup here today. This one outside for a ball, but grand slam home run, 6 RBIs overall, including 2 that proved to be the game winner coming in the 8th.
It just wears you out to explain it. I mean, he has really been hitting, as we said yesterday, not just hitting well for power and for average, etc., but clutch hits at the critical moments of the game.
Had just 2 home runs going through into August. It pitches in there for a strike. Wasn't that he was hitting all that poorly, but I believe since it's August the 4th, Scott, he's hit 6 home runs. So he has gotten hot at the right time for the Diamonds. And like you said, the clutch hit he's certainly very familiar with. This one outside for a ball. And Devin Ramirez has got himself a walk. So 1 in, 1 on, still nobody out. And that'll bring up Coleman. I'm sorry, here's Willie Salas. Now Ramirez on at first. And here's Willie, the shortstop and third place hitter.
This is not a great start for Blackley. It's only 2 batters, but when one hits the ball over the fence, you got to get a wake-up call early and then a walk. And so he doesn't walk a lot of people, doesn't give up a lot of home runs.
Just his 10th walk of the season against 52 strikeouts. That went outside for a ball. So that strikeout to walk ratio, very good for Travis, but he gets the nobody out walk here. And again, the Silverados in business here in the first inning, and that went in there for a strike. And the count 1-1. Coleman waits on deck. Travis from the stretch and the pitch. Coleman starts to show bunt. Now a snap throw to first base. And runner back in. 2 balls and 1 strike to Willie Salas. Rotocare Day at the ballpark. And the Rotocare people so glad they could join us, helping the community with health care. And now they get the runner picked off. There's that great move. Little throw to second. And that's Ramirez trying to get out of the way, but he's going to be officially caught stealing as he's picked off by Travis Blackley, and that's certainly something Travis can do.
If you could patent that, he would have a $1 million patent because I've never seen anybody anywhere do it as well as he does.
That's right. You can go game after game after game without seeing a guy picked off first base. And with Blackley, it seems like every other outing he's picking off somebody. The pitch inside for a ball, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike now as Salas bats with nobody aboard and 1 down. A Ray Jones home run, a walk to Ramirez. He's picked off. Officially goes as a caught stealing, and now 3-1 pitch to Salas is ball 4. So a home run and 2 walks here to Travis, and he is struggling out of the gate here this afternoon. And you look at his pitching log, and right now it kind of leaves us scratching our heads.
Yeah, it's a lot of you see this happen with pitchers, especially they start out sometimes rocky and shaky, and even will give up a bunch of runs in an early inning, and then they'll calm down. Of course, that's what the Diamonds are hoping the situation is with Blackley, and they'd like the calming down to start right now.
Sooner rather than later.
Right.
First pitch to Coleman is inside for a ball. Looking at Blackley's log, last time out against the Packs, he got the win, 7 innings, 3 runs. Prior to that, 6 innings, 6 runs, but only 3 earned. Prior to that, against the Stompers, 6 innings, 2 earned. And the pitch to Coleman is low for a ball. The count 2-0. So you get the theme there.
Mm-hmm.
Good number of innings, not very many earned runs. Just a tough guy to get runs off of. The ERA at 3.23, very good this year. Last year, put in 64 in a third innings, got just a 4.19 earned run average. So might not be what you consider great, but certainly pretty good. And considering the runs that are scored in this league, just a bit over 4 like that's actually a pretty good ERA.
Well, 3 balls and no strikes here. He has not righted the ship yet.
Coleman stands in. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball in there for a strike, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Diamond's trying to get that double play ball and get out of this before any more damage can be done. Nico Tony, the catcher, would be next. You can see that Montelongo's back in the lineup. Nice to see that after that injury the other night. There goes the runner. 3-1 pitch is inside, ball 4. Another walk in the inning. Still just 1 out. And if it had not been for that pickoff where he caught Ramirez off first base, the bases would be juiced right now. And Aaron Miles, he's got to talk to his left-hander. Something is just not right.
Travis, last time you may recall, was well, I don't know if that was the last time he pitched. I guess maybe it was, but he was sore before the game. I wasn't sure whether he was going to start. I don't know if he may have a lingering issue there, but he has not retired a batter yet.
No, a runner, but not a batter. So the Diamonds in their black jerseys talking it over, and Napa in their travel gray with the red trim. Diamonds baseball coming to you on BayAreaSports.tv as well as Mixler.
This was the last Sunday game of the year for the Diamonds. This last Sunday home game, and it was picture day before the game. They were all out getting their pictures taken in their black uniforms.
Got a chance to see that. Here's Tony. In there, a strike, and the count 0-1. So I think that was one of the Aaron Miles start throwing strikes conversation. 2 on, 1 out, 1 in. A Jones home run to start us off, and then 3 straight walks. This one is up high. That's a curveball that didn't. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Blackley pitching today, and then he'd have 4 days off. He might pitch next Saturday against the Clippers, and then that would have him pitching one of the last games of the year. I assume he would not do that and would be held off for the playoffs. But
swing and a miss, and I believe that's the first time Travis has got ahead of a hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. At least that's the way it seems. Ground ball could get the Diamonds out of this with no further damage. Right-handed batter waits. Travis will look back at second. The 1-2 swing, chopper. Not going to get a double play here. And the throw to first in time by Yuki Yasuda, the second baseman. And boy, Yuki had to wait a long time before that one stopped hopping.
Here's a replay, and he makes a game effort here as he gets the ball off to the big hop, and he tries to tag the runner as he goes by, but he was not able to do that, and he just threw to first base to get the out. But it was an effort to get the guy racing past him. That was Kendall Coleman, and so now Coleman's on at second, and there's an out at first base, and the Diamonds are 1 out away from maybe getting out of this.
So here's Nick Kern. Good spot for Nick is that last one hit too slowly to turn 2. Diamonds do get the second out, but runners at second and third now. Pitch, and that's just off the outside part of the plate. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Right-handed batting, Nick Kern. And the pitch to him, swing and a miss, and he falls down. Boy, talk about swinging out of your shoes. Nick was not looking just to plate those 2 runs on base. He was looking to go yard.
Mighty Casey at the bat.
Like one of those Bugs Bunny ones when they screw themselves into the ground. The 1-1 pitch upcoming. Here it is. Swing, ground ball, left side, cut off by the third baseman, Blatnick. Over to first, the throw is high. 2 runs are going to score. And just like that, the Silverados lead it 3-0. And that's going to be a throwing error on Morgan.
That is, and it is more of the same sad story for the Diamonds, who have not been able to get their fielding to keep par with their outstanding pitching and their huge improvement in their batting. And in fact, the fielding seems to have gotten worse, and they have given up unearned run after unearned run this week. So they have hit so well that it hasn't cost them as many ball games. But you just can't play baseball like that without it hurting you eventually.
I mean, that's got to be 2 unearned runs right there. There's another runner picked off. There's a throw down to second. It'll be in time to get him. So Blackley, well, let the guy get on first base and then pick him off.
Right.
He does that twice in the inning, but a good inning for the Silverados. A Ray Jones homer to start things off, and then a throwing error allowing 2 more to score after 2 are out. Half inning in the books. Silverados 3, Diamonds coming up.
In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburg New and Used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large selection to choose from, Winter Chevrolet is sure to have the car that fits your personality. And their amazing finance programs will allow you to slide into your new car safely. Winter Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of Diamonds Baseball and located off Highway 4 in Pittsburg. Winter has what you want. Diamonds Baseball and the Rotary Club of Pittsburgh both are great places to have fun, make new friends, and support the local community. The Diamonds are especially proud of partnering with the Rotary Club to support their local charities and community events. Today's event is a
I think-
Rotary Cares Supporter. We will be having
Well, I think the whole hum is just the audience's
and
reaction
we
to
have
me.
some wonderful items to auction off. Rotary is where neighbors, friends, and problem solvers share ideas, join leaders, and take action.
All right, for the Diamonds here, bottom of the first we go. Brett Smith to lead it off. He's in center. Blatnick is at third. Quitzer in left. Lashley, the cleanup hitter, he's at first today. Valera gets the DH spot. Yuki Yasuda in the lineup today. He gets the start at second. Canella's in right. Javier behind the plate. Jose Garcia is the shortstop. He bats ninth. And this group will take on the right-hander of the Silverados, Scott Harkin, 3-2, 5.30 ERA, 13 games, 13 starts, 73 innings pitched. There's a strike. 65 strikeouts to 34 walks, so nearly 2-1. Pretty good ratio there for the Silverado right-hander as he deals with Brett Smith, and what wonderful numbers Smith has been putting up. A 1 pitch to Brett. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, and they count 0-2.
How can I hit the game-winning hit here in the next couple of seconds so someone will come douse me with the Gatorade jug full of ice? It's hot.
Actually, the temperature's to nowhere near 90 degrees today, but we're sitting in the direct sunlight right now, fouled off. The count remains 0-2. We're lucky it's not one of those 95-degree days, Scott. We'd be looking like melted ice cream by now. No balls, 2 strikes to Brett Smith. Couple of walks, actually 3 walks in yesterday's game. Pitch to Brett, breaking ball, tapped in front of the mound. Nico Tony from behind home plate, juggles, throws, doesn't get him. Probably going to give Brett Smith an infield base hit on that, but Nico Tony, who got out from behind the plate in good shape, just a little bit of juggle on the exchange cost him.
A double clutch or something. I don't know, but he just couldn't do it cleanly out of his out of his glove. And, with Brett Smith going down that line, he didn't have that much time, and he ran out of time.
But it had to be a very quick play. Smith, who runs well, that always figures into the scoring, and he'll get the credit for the infield base hit. And here's Blatnick, takes high for a ball, 1 ball and no strike. So Morgan who made that error in the first inning, cost the Diamonds a couple of runs, trying to make up for it right now.
For all of Carranza's hitting heroics,
strike.
It's been Smith and Blatnick who've been on base, knocked in with his grand slam and with his game-winning hits, and so they have been part of that excitement.
Yeah, they've certainly been a dynamic duo all season long. It's the on-base percentage is incredible between these two guys. Big curveball by Harkin there, and that one catches the inside part of the plate. And, boy, that one looked like there was almost a magnet at the bottom of the strike zone drawing it down as it got to Blatnick. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch, swing and a foul, and the count goes 2-2. And another Smith, the thing that Smith has done well is steal bases.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't given him enough credit during the course of the year at how well he's been doing that, but I believe he's got like 19 on the year, and, well, they're not catching him very much either.
Yeah, I've only got yesterday's stats, but he had 17 entering yesterday's game, and for reasons I won't go into at the moment.
There's the pitch, fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball was a little bit elevated with that fastball, and Oregon went up the ladder to stay alive, and the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Diamonds baseball on a lovely afternoon here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium, and the whole complex here. You've got baseball on the other side, soccer on one side. 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul left side, and there's one for the soccer players.
And I think there's a new rumor going around that the Pacific Association may expand yet again next year.
I heard that.
To a team that would be located in or around San Ramon, south of Danville.
Your old stomping ground.
Right.
I'm thinking Scott McDonald Field, and I'm just wondering who's going to do the statue.
Yes, I'm always wondering that. They have a statue to finish on Norton Avenue in West Hollywood first. They put in a traffic circle at the end of our block, and I said, I guess they're going to put a statue of me.
3 balls and 2 strikes here to Blatnick. Just getting underway. Bottom of the first inning, a 3-spot put up by the Silverados. The Diamonds trying to get that. Runner goes, swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw down in time to get him. A strike him out, throw him out, double play, and quickly 2 outs in the inning.
That is a catchy term. I've never heard that. Strike him out, throw him out, double play.
So I'm sorry I had to bring it up.
Yeah, it's not exactly fun, but no, that was that's a nice. If only it was the other team.
Well, the Silverados played that well. It's just been saying that Smith doesn't get caught very much, and Blatnick doesn't strike out very much, and they get both of them here. Ball 1 actually here to Chris Quitzer, who bats now with 2 outs, nobody aboard.
Well, I think we're learning not to tune in till about the 8th or 9th inning. And then the game will start.
Well, that's when we've certainly had drama. Here's the pitch inside for a ball. Count 3 balls and no strikes to Quits. And for Chris, couple of walks and an RBI yesterday. Here's the pitch. And the strike as he was headed on to first base. But Danny Speck, the home plate umpire, says, come on back. And, by the way, Eric Thompson, the field umpire this afternoon, cued off the end of the bat to shortstop. Salas charges barehand, gloves, and throws. And that will do it. So the Diamonds get an infield hit, but the strike him out, throw him out double play means Harkin faces the minimum here in the first. After 1 full, Diamonds trail the Napa Silverados 3-0.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or Phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All counties tow.
Is there anything more fun than a ball bouncing off the outfield wall for a double? Well, if there is, it might be a double-double from In-N-Out. In-N-Out is an iconic burger restaurant for a reason. Quality is the most important ingredient at In-N-Out. They never freeze, pre-package, or microwave the food. Your burgers, fries, and a shake are waiting to be made on Delta Gateway Boulevard, just off Highway 4. In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger is all about.
Head to Red Barber Shop and make an appointment. Call Red at 382-1399 and make that appointment today. Located at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad in Old Town.
All right, so here's Josh Monalago to lead it off. Monalago, Bethencourt, Yoshioka, the bottom third of the order, but don't let that fool you. Monalago, one of the power guys in this lineup for the Silverados. He was hurt the other day and then came out of the game. And the pitch, and the first one on the outside corner, a strike in the count, no balls, and one strike. Monalago usually plays over there at first base. Doing the start at DH here today. Powerful right-handed hitter, and the 0-1 pitch from Travis. Up high for a ball count, 1-1.
You know, I think the flag is the same size every day, but the flag looks bigger to me today. It's just more to flap in the wind out there. I don't know what's going on with that.
Little bit of flapping going on. Little breeze blowing out there beyond center field, and the pitch fouled back to the screen. And the count goes 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamonds coming in with a record of 34-35, and that very elusive 500 mark just, well, it's looking more, even a bit elusive right now, trailing early 3-0. 1-2 pitch, and swung on a little looper to second. Yuki Yasuda going back, and on the edge of the outfield grass, the Diamond second baseman makes the play for out number 1.
Now batting the third baseman, number 33, Dominic Bethencourt.
So even though the Diamond's doing well lately, and look like they're trying to put a nice stranglehold on the third spot in the association. I mentioned that Vallejo's losing streak continued yesterday afternoon as they lost their 10th straight. And they just cannot find the elixir to their problems. I'm looking at their stats, Scott, and it's not a stat thing. There's the pitch up high and away, ball 1. It's not as though their starting pitching has been horrible. I mean, their team ERA is over 6, but this is the Pacific Association. Mm-hmm. They score a lot of runs in this league. That's just the way it is. I mean, look at some of the on-base percentages with these players. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, and the count 1-1. And then taking a look at some of their top hitters for the Admirals, and it's not as though those guys are struggling lately. They're certainly not struggling during the course of the year. And Graylin Durkee, the fine first baseman, came back, swinging a foul. But that has not proven to be the cure for what ails the Admirals. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Dominic Bethencourt, the third baseman. Bethencourt, walk. Couple strikeouts yesterday, did get a walk and a run scored in that 4-run 4th inning. Here's the pitch. That is low for a ball, and that was a pretty good answer yesterday. After the grand slam home run in the bottom of the 3rd, the Silverados got immediately off the deck, plated 4 runs, and Bethencourt got into the mix. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing, and this one in the air, right field. And this time playable for Canella, who moves over into right center to make the catch. Bethencourt is out, number 2. And here comes Yoshioka.
Well, looking at the scores for Vallejo, they've lost in this current losing streak. They lost 8-0, 16-11, 14-4, 18-0, and they have not scored more than 4 runs in any game where except for when the other team has 18 or 20 runs.
There's Yoshioka trying to bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. But I was looking over the individual stats. Some of those guys are still doing pretty well, and yet they are just getting crushed. One pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Count 0-2.
Well, and I don't know if this is the case with them or not, but it is possible to get a batting average, et cetera, but not be hitting the ball when it matters, when people are in scoring position, et cetera.
Big swing and a miss for strike 3. So a major improvement over that first inning. A 1-2-3 second here for Travis Blackley. And we are through an inning and a half, 3-0 in favor of the Silverados. All right, bottom of the second we go. Ryan Lashley to lead it off. Lashley, Valera, and Yuki Yasuda to face Scott Harkin. Diamond's trying to erase or cut into that 3-0 deficit. And the Harkins pitch, curveball, and that is in there for a strike. And the count 0-1 to Ryan Lashley. And ground ball to third, picked up over there by Bethencourt in time to first base. And 1 up and 1 down. And that'll bring up Rafael Valera, who gets the spot at DH this afternoon.
The designated hitter, number 2, Rafael Valera.
And up high to Valera. 1 ball and no strikes to Rafael. The next pitch, curve ball that doesn't curve down quite enough. And that'll be ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Rafael. And check swing, ground ball to first. And an easy play for Ramirez. He'll take it to the bag himself. So Rafael is out 3 unassisted. And that'll bring up Yuki Yasuda.
That's very frustrating when you're a batter. You don't even really get, if you don't get a full swing at the ball because you're trying to check your swing and the ball hits the bat anyway and stays in fair territory. So
ends up being that incredibly routine play to one of the infielders, and feel like you just gave an at bat away. And first pitch to Yuki misses, 1 ball and no strikes. So quickly 2 outs here in the inning. Yuki trying to keep things alive. Next one misses, 2-0. So Yuki, Canelo waits on deck. We'll see if he gets a turn here in the second. Harkins pitch, fastball in there, a strike, and the count 2-1. There's a strike. Count 2-2. Yuki did not get into yesterday's game. 2-2 pitch to Yuki, and he punches this one down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit, and that is going to get by the right fielder, Kern. He recovers, throws to second, but not in time. So that'll probably go as a double. Kern overran the ball, but he certainly played that single into a two-bagger, and Yuki Isuda with the play right in front of him makes it into second easily, and now Canella has a chance to drive in a run with a base hit here.
Yeah, he didn't fool anybody what he had done either, because Kern came over and the ball just bounced right past him where he had been running from. And so he had to kind of came to a quick stop and turn around and pick it up, but not in time to keep Yasuda away from second base.
So I thought it would be a hit and an error, but it's going to be a double all the way, it looks like, for Yuki Yasuda. Canella takes strike one from Scott Harkin. So the Diamonds, in a sense, given a free 90 feet. Let's see if they can take advantage of this. Here's the pitch, and that one down the line. It skips off the third base bag, and here comes Yasuda to score. Canella takes the turn at first, into second with an RBI double, and the Diamonds are on the board. It's 3-1.
Back-to-back doubles, and the Diamonds pick up a run here after two are down. That is some nice hitting. Boy, Canella's just hugged the left field foul line as it bounced over the bag and down the line. And
the catcher, number 32.
Sometimes, Scott, you just give up that extra base, or you got to make that one extra pitch, and that's the one that burns you.
Right.
And Scott Harkin's got to feel a little bit burned by that. Saw that he gave up the base hit to Yuki, turned into a double, and now the double scores him. So he has the first two outs, but the Diamonds on the board anyway. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. Here's Javier. So he has a chance now to drive in a run here with two outs, swinging a foul ball. So another runner in scoring position here for the Diamonds in the inning. They trail it now 3-1. Harkin looks in. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And they're going to say yes, he did for strike three. And that'll do it. But the Diamonds get a couple of doubles after two are out. They played a run, and we've played two full here for Pittsburgh. Silverados 3, Diamonds 1.
Tickets for $5, or you can get 15 tickets for $10. Remember, all proceeds go to Rotacare. This is a big issue with Rotary.
In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh's new and used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large selection to choose from, Winter Chevrolet is sure to have the car that fits your personality, and their amazing finance programs will allow you to slide into your new car safely. Winter Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of Diamonds Baseball, is off of Highway 4 in Pittsburgh. Winter has what you want. Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant.
We'll start the bidding at $5. Do I have $5? Anyone? $5. $5? Come on, you guys. This is good. It's Lone Tree Golf Event Center. $5.
All right, to the top of the third we go. Jones, Ramirez, Willie Salas to face Travis Blackley, who had a rough first inning, a home run and 3 walks, including the leadoff shot by Ray Jones to get the scoring started this afternoon. So he'll face Jones here, but he did face just the minimum, getting a 1-2-3 inning in the second, and to we hope that is a harbinger of things to come for Travis and the Diamonds throughout the remainder of this afternoon.
Blackley's only given up one hit, and that was the leadoff home run. The rest of them have been 3 walks and an error, and so he has, you eliminate the walks in the air, and you get a 1-2-3 inning, I guess.
And you pick off a couple of runners.
That's true. Well, that is the one part that is uniquely Travis Blackley. And you still have a couple chances to come out and see him pitch this year, and that is, it really is, it's just an amazing move.
All right, here's Ray Jones, and the pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Jones picked up that home run to right to begin the ball game. Here he's ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. Talked about that 10 in a row losing streak for Vallejo, 7-4. They lost yesterday when they played a day game against San Rafael. Grounded to first. Garcia over to first in time. And Ray Jones is retired 6-3. And here comes Ramirez. Well, the last win for Vallejo came way back on August the 7th versus the Clips. And over that losing streak, they had been shut out a couple times. In Napa and at home against the Stompers. Scott was mentioning some of the scores that just some of those games completely got away from them.
You're an excellent helper. You really are. Thank you, sir.
Ramirez, who walked and was picked off of first his first time, pitched to him, pops this one up. And now chasing it. This one will be out of play. I told you Graylin Durkee's back with the club after spending the early part of the year with Vallejo. He ended up at AA Wichita in the American Association. Played his first game back in July the 3rd. Played his first game there July the 3rd, and then he's been back since August the 15th. He's picked up a handful of hits since coming back. Nick Aiken Sr. having a great year. He's right in the mix for a potential MVP. A 1 pitch, here it is. Breaking ball stays high on the count 1-1. Kiriakos doing well. In 9 of those 10 losses, Kiriakos had 15 hits during that losing streak. A 1-1 pitch, and this one in there is strike. Count goes 1-2. Vlad Gomez, 12 hits during that 10-game slide. 5 RBIs. Fernacci, the Walnut Creek product out of Pepperdine. Only 4 hits, Scott, but he had 11 walks during the drought. And his on-base percentage has actually gone up 6 points to .431. One-two pitch. Here it is. And a foul back to the boards. Count goes 2-2.
Every time, and I know it happened.
Unfortunately for the Silverados, while this losing streak has been going on for Vallejo, they have not been able to take full advantage. You know, they have had some problems of their own. 1-2 pitch to Ramirez, and that's outside for a ball. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Starting to feel a little bit of a nice breeze blowing through the grandstand. And the sun is kind of moving right along that stretch where it's staying on us and not going back up on top of the grandstand. The 2-2 pitch, swing into right field. No problem for Canella. Causes there, reaches up, makes the catch. And 2 up and 2 down, and that'll bring up Willie Salas.
Batting number 26, Willie Salas.
So Salas walked 3 straight walks in that first inning, yielded by Travis Blackley. And he looked like he was going to get out of it, and then Morgan Blotnick, the uncharacteristic throwing error, allowed 2 runs to score, so Travis really only touched for the 1 earned run. That pitch is in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. But when you walk guys and you set the table like that, that's when some of those bad things happen, and they certainly did in that first inning for the Diamonds. They got 1 back in the second. Here's a pitch inside, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Willie waits, 1-1, swinging a ground ball to short. Garcia stays down on that one, over to first in time. So since that first inning now, 6 up, 6 down in the second and third combined. And Blackley looking 100% better as he walks off here. 2.5 in the books, 3-1, Napa.
Ever feel like your huge corporate bank doesn't quite get or even care about your local community? How about a bank founded in Contra Costa that's been supporting the local community for more than 100 years? Mechanics Bank is that bank, founded in 1905. Ever since, Mechanics Bank has been building on the legacy of lasting relationships, enriching local lives and local communities, driving local economic growth, and exceeding clients' expectations every day. Stop by Mechanics Bank on Railroad Avenue in Pittsburg or visit them online at mechanicsbank.com. We're going to have some musical chairs coming up, so kids, head down and sign up. When you going to do YMCA, buddy? Not sure yet? In the court? Get some kids down there. You guys do musical chairs. Okay? Well, no, actually there's 2, but they're hiding.
All right, 3-1 in favor of Napa as we go to the home half of the third. Garcia, Smith, Blatnick. 9-1 and 2 spots here to face Scott Harkin. Here on Rotacare Day, helping the community with health care. So glad to have them here, and they do so much for the community. Here's Garcia getting his first at bat of the afternoon. Trying to get things started against Scott Harkin. He's got himself a 2-run lead here, and the first pitch to Garcia is in there. A strike, and the count, no balls and 1 strike to Jose. Checks the swing here and takes actually ball 2. I thought I saw Danny Speck motion strike on that first one. Apparently he did not. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Harkin's pitch and a curveball that gets down. And boy, Garcia thought that one was going to hit him, and it broke into the top part of the strike zone.
I thought he was trying to fool the home plate umpire by shrinking the strike zone. But all of a sudden,
curveball floats in there again, 2-2. Curveball's got a little bite to it getting down, Scott, but it's certainly staying elevated. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen. And the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
and if you throw that curveball up there and it stays like a big fat pitch high in the strike zone, it sometimes ends up on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, sooner or later, these guys, if those pitches end up in those spots, the Diamonds are going to make the adjustment and start hitting those. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball outside, and the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Smith waiting on deck. Garcia trying to get things started off. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and inside ball 4. And Garcia is aboard with the walk, and here comes Brett Smith. Infield hit for Smith the first time, just a little dribbler, a swinging bunt, if you will. And the catcher, Nico Tony, got out from behind the plate in good shape, but just a little bit of trouble with the exchange. glove to hand and could not throw out the speedy Brett Smith at first base. Here's the pitch, breaking ball inside, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. 3 in the first for the Silverados, 1 in the second for the Diamonds. Home half of the third here from Pittsburg. And the pitch, another breaking ball, and that one is high. 2 balls and no strikes. I don't know if it's his release point, Scott, or Harkin is just not, coming down from the mound enough and getting that downward trajectory on those curve balls. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball, and that one misses. 2 balls and no strikes, but they are just not breaking down far enough. Harkin from the stretch, the 3-0. Fastball in there, a strike. Count 3-1.
It doesn't seem as smoky as it was yesterday, but there's still some gunk in the air today.
3-1, breaking ball. That one is a good one as it was moving away from the right-handed hitter and just caught the outside corner. That one had some bite to it and just was moving right to left from the pitcher's perspective. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Payoff pitch. There goes the runner. Swung on and missed. Throw down is not in time. So we're going to have a strikeout. And some of the Napa fans want batter interference, which would result in a double play. But the big swing really is what takes Smith into the path of the catcher. I don't think he could have helped that. So they are not going to call interference. So the first out is recorded here with a strikeout of Smith, but Garcia is going to get the stolen base, and he's in scoring position here for Blatnick. And here comes Tito Fuentes, and in no hurry.
In no hurry to get this game moving along. He is. I assume that they're discussing the lack of batter interference on that last call because we don't know of anything else that might be an issue. Fuentes is not looking at him. He is looking down at home plate, and they're having their conversation. And he didn't seem to be. He certainly wasn't animated in any way. But he goes back to the dugout.
Well, he takes his time, and some of our fans off to our right, they've noticed. I think one of them said 5 minutes later, here comes the manager. Here's the pitch to Morgan in there for a strike in the count, 0-1. And I'm still waiting for this sun to go back over the top of the grandstand, and it's hugging the line right now, Scott.
And my part of the table, it has given up. It's just surrendered. So there's hope for you.
The 0-1 pitch. And that breaking ball misses outside to Morgan. Count 1 ball and 1 strike to Blatnick. Chance for Morgan to drive in a run here. Left-handed batter waits. And the 1-1 swung on, popped into the air to center. No problem for Jones as Ray comes in, reaches up, makes the catch. And 2 down here, and that'll bring up Chris Quitzer. So Blatnick flies to center. 2 outs in the inning now. And Garcia, who walked to lead off the inning, stole second base as Smith struck out and is still there now with 2 down. Quitzer trying to pick him up. Another righty-lefty matchup here for Harkin. Runners in scoring position for the Diamonds here. They were able to plate 1. Trying to pick up another one here and cut the lead down to 1 with Ryan Lashley taking his cuts in the on-deck circle. Well, there actually is no circle, but You get the point. A 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there. A strike. And the count 1-1.
It's kind of like, chickens. It's like free range on deck circle. Just cageless on deck circle.
The 1-1 pitch. Harkin will look back at second. There it is. Grounded foul. And the count goes 1-2. Harkin waving that arm back and forth. Now he comes set. And the 1-2. And this one is off the glove of Nico Tony. And then Jose will take third base. So that's going to be a pass ball. And now a runner at third here with 2 outs. I thought initially that ball might have been fouled, but no such thing. So another 90 feet picked up by the Diamonds. And let's see if they can get them home. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball. And a good job that time by Quitzer to fight one off that looked pretty close to being a strike. Don't want to be too choosy with 2 strikes up there. You hate to leave it up to the umpire. Another 2-2 pitch, and that went off the inside part of the plate with a fastball, and the count goes 3-2. Yeah, you got a couple of bases open here if you're Scott Harkin, so you don't need to throw a strike. But you do got Ryan Lashley up next. 3-2 pitch, swung on. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Here comes Garcia, and just like that, it's 3-2. A 2-out knock from Quitzer, and the Diamonds are within 1.
It has been a perfect example of what the Diamonds have been surging and what a difference there is in the way they play baseball. In the second inning, they get 2 back-to-back doubles after 2 were out. And here they get a walk and a stolen base to start the inning. Then they get 2 outs, and it looks like they're going to go down without any runs scored, and Quitzer comes through with an RBI single.
Good breaking that ball to Lashley that time. Not only was that one in the strike zone, but it was moving down and away from the right-handed hitter. Lash swings over the top, but it's 0-1. Valero waits on deck. The 0-1 pitch swung on. That ball's hit hard into center. Jones can't get it. It bounces over his head. This one's going to roll to the wall. Here comes Quitzer to score. The game is tied. Around second goes the runner, and Lashley into third ahead of the throw. The Diamonds have tied it at 3. So talk about your Vallejo hop.
That was a
in Pittsburgh. This ball was scorched by Lash. Jones was in fine position, and just the kangaroo hop, it ends up going to the wall. A 3-base RBI hit for Ryan Lashley, and just like that, we're tied at 3.
That ball just took off on the poor center fielder Jones. There's nothing he could do about it. He could not expect it. And, his heart was just saying because he was leaping up trying to make that play because he had no chance.
Jones looked like he could have dunked the basketball with the leap that he got. Still wasn't enough to get the baseball. And this one is low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Valero. So the Diamonds credit them for getting the hits with 2 outs. And a little bit of good fortune there with that ball taking such a huge hop over the head of Ray Jones. Breaking ball outside, count 3-0. So Harkin going back to that breaking ball there, Scott, with the count 2-0, leaving it off the plate. That is a much more effective pitch with 2 strikes. 3-0 pitch. That one is low ball 4, and Valera has a base on balls. Here's Yuki Yasuda, doubled and scored in that last inning.
And here comes Tito Fuentes Jr., who has is going to come out here, give us balls and strikes talk, I guess, because there's nobody warmed up and nobody warming up in the Napa bullpen. Our audio is low.
Everyone's favorite song, right? Does she feel smarter now for hearing it? All right, who will get
So
the
Tito Fuentes' conversation is
All right,
over.
you do it, baby. Come on now.
But the situation is this. The Diamonds have them cornered with 2 down. And here comes Yuki Yasuda. So the Diamonds making all kinds of 2-out noise in this game. They've been able to get all their runs after 2 were out. Here's the pitch, and Yuki moves out of the way. I think it caught him in the shirt a little bit, and he is going to get first base. So Yuki hit by a pitch. I really think that only skimmed his jersey, but that's enough. So base is full of Diamonds now, and here's Kaz Canella, who got a 2-out RBI base hit in the second to score Yuki and get the Diamonds on the board. Now, folks, we're all even here in the third, and the Diamonds looking for more, and Harkin finding that third out to be awfully elusive here in the early going. Right-hander set, ready. Ball's going to bounce off the glove of Nico Tony and get away just for a moment, but not far enough for Lashley to come down the line from third. Lashley, Valera, and now Yasuda. Third to first on the base paths for the Diamonds. 1-0 pitch to Canella. Right-handed batter waits. Here it is. Swung on and missed at the fastball, and the count 1-1. Nowhere to put him. Steven Javier waits on deck. Canella trying to push across a couple more. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike, just catching the outside part of the plate. Good looking fastball by Harkin that time to get out in front, and another fastball way up high. That's a pretty good take there by Canella. With 2 strikes, you see that fastball elevated. You get such a good look at it. You want to rip it, but that was well above the letters. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in. 3-3 tie in the third. Here's the pitch, curveball, grounded to short. Salas has got it. He'll go the short way to second, and the inning is over. But the Diamonds play 2 more, and at the end of 3 full, it's the Napa Silverados 3 and the Pittsburg Diamonds 3. Come on back. Here we go to the 4th inning.
Is there any 15? Come on, you know you want it.
I'm ready.
Davis, I have 10 over here. Do I have 15?
All right, to the bottom of the 4th we go. The Diamonds have tied things at 3, and bring you some more play-by-play. Here's Scott McDonald.
The Diamonds have tied the score at 3, but in far as picking off runners, it is Travis Blackley 2 and the rest of the world nothing. He has done it twice today already. It is something to watch. He's back out here for inning number 4 as the Diamonds have made this a whole brand new ball game. Elsewhere in the Pacific Association today, top of the 3rd inning, it is Vallejo 1 and San Rafael nothing. And Sonoma is playing Martinez, and the score there in the bottom of the 4th is 5-1 in favor of the Clippers, leading the first place stoppers. Kendall Coleman, Nico Tony, Nick Kern scheduled to come to the plate against Travis Blackley, the left-hander from Australia, former Major League Baseball player, and he is taking on the left-hander Kendall Coleman here, who walked back in that first inning where Blackley had all kinds of problems. This pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. Blackley gave up a leadoff home run to start the game and then walked the next 3 batters. He
picked up those 3 walks. also the beneficiaries of a Diamond's error, but they got the two guys picked off.
2-2 pitch, swung on him, it's strike 3.
Good looking pitch, elevated in the strike zone. Coleman looks back and asks, was that in the strike zone? I didn't see Danny nod, but I'm sure he said yes. It looked like it was a pretty good pitch.
Nico Tony steps up here. He grounded out in the first inning. It is a tie ball game with Travis Lashley on the mound. Lashley is one of the two Diamond pitchers you have to expect they would, at the moment, be leaning towards starting in the playoffs. It's an interesting situation for him. This pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. It's 0-1. You go into the playoffs, and if you are, well, if you're any team, you realize you want to win that first game. But then you want to have a good pitcher available for game 2. So how do you go about setting that up? And that'll be fascinating to watch as we go through these last week and a half of play here. This pitch is popped up right side, short right center field. Smith racing in, and over comes the right fielder, Carranza, and he makes the catch for out number 1, for out number 2.
Looked like we were going to get Smith and Canella colliding out there, but Smith took that outside route to allow Canella to cut across his face and make the catch.
We've come close out there with Smith the last couple of games, and of course the Diamonds had an outfield that was the same every game for 2/3 of the season, and while their infield was turning around and changing positions, et cetera, the outfield was the same, and now Smith is the only person left from those original 3 who played about 2/3 of the year together. Patrick O'Donnell and Wes Wallace were the other 2. Here's the pitch, swung and fouled away. Count, no balls and 1 strike to Nick Kern.
Wes Wallace in that 10th straight loss for the Admirals, he was a big part of sinking the Admiral ship. A grand slam home run yesterday for Wes. And the change of scenery, Scott, the numbers show, is doing Wes pretty well.
Well, that is nice to see. Wes is a good guy. There's a pitch, high, very high, and it's going to be a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Jeff, the announcer for the Silverados, was talking today about going to the baseball winter leagues in Australia coming up. Although there would be summer in Australia coming up. There's a pitch, low. For a ball, it's 2-1.
Always somewhere to play.
There's always, yes, the endless summer, which was a surfing idea, but baseball works. I think the Blackley should get us all a little gig down in Australia for the winter. That would be nice. Here's the pitch. That's low for a ball. It's 3 balls and 1 strike here to Nick Kern with nobody on and 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning.
Since Nick Kern reached on that error, he was later caught stealing. And since then, Blackley has retired 8 straight hitters.
3-1 count. The 3-1 pitch popped up left side, up deep. I'm sorry. That goes Quitzer to the wall, and it's gone.
Never mind.
Well, there are 2 hits here in the game for Napa, and both of them are home runs. Ray Jones to start the game, and right here, Nick Kern over the left field fence, and that will give Napa a lead again. They had just given it up to the Diamonds, and now the Silverados lead at 4-3 on the strength of their second hit of the game.
Boy, that one bounced off the top of that Diamonds clubhouse there beyond left field. And when you look at it from our perspective here, it looks like it's right there at the fence. It's actually not. I mean, it's got to be a good 30, 35 feet maybe behind that. So that was a sheer rope by Nick Kern.
We thank you for listening to us on Mixer.com and on BayAreaSports.tv as this game is being brought to you on the Diamonds YouTube channel. That pitch is fouled back. The count is 1-1. We do not have a screen, a monitor on our table at the moment that's working. So we are hoping that everybody else is doing better than we are. and can see what's going on. And of course, if you are on Mixler, that is not an issue. So we're happy to have you in both ways. And thank you for joining us. There, and the picture just popped back on. Here's a pitch grounded down the left third base line, picked up by Blatnick, who wheels across and throws across the diamond for out number 3. Nice play by Blatnick to close the 4th inning, but Nick Kern opens up an old wound as he hits the ball over the left field fence to give Napa a 4-3 lead at the end of 3.5 innings here at Winners Chevrolet Stadium.
All right, you guys, this is everybody's favorite bad boy. Help him out, help him in. All right. I told you to get Skittles. Come on, everybody, here. Straight up, we'll get ready. You guys gotta help out with them, all right?
Help these little ones out.
That's that Fortnite dance. Come on, I've seen better poses than that, you guys. All right, let's help them out, you guys. Come on, let's see it. All right. All right. They are the best bad boys. All right, thank you.
They give you entertainment.
Welcome back to game number 70 on the Pacific Association season schedule. There are 80 games in the season, so as you can tell, there are 10 left. The Diamonds will have a day off tomorrow, and then they will have 2 games at home against the Stompers. Take 2 on the road against Napa. Next weekend, on Saturday, they're at Martinez, and on Sunday, they're at Sonoma. Then they'll take another day off. The last 4 games of the year are against the Clippers. The first 2 of that week, Tuesday and Wednesday, are at home, and then Thursday and Friday will be in Martinez. Here we go to lead off the bottom of the 4th, and this pitch is popped up by Stephen Javier into short center field, and Ray Jones will make that play, and it's out number 1. Jose Garcia will come up. Jose started that rally in the 3rd inning with a walk and then a steal. Then he went down to 3rd. Garcia steps in here with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch to him is a strike, and it's 0-1. So the Diamonds will play at Sonoma or at San Rafael in the first round of the playoffs. It is, of course, also possible that we should not ignore this, is that they could completely be knocked out of the playoffs. Napa and Vallejo and the Diamonds battling for the last 2 playoff positions. It would take a complete collapse at this point. But
Scott, you could get a pony for Christmas, and then again, you might not.
I don't think I'm getting a pony for Christmas, but I'm not. And I didn't get a Gatorade jug with ice in it either. This pitch is low to Garcia, and it's 2-1. But so the Diamonds are 6 games ahead of Vallejo. I mean, for these Napa Silverados, is last time I checked, and so it would have, with 10 games left, you would have a hard time falling out of the playoffs. But it's possible. Anyway,
sure is.
One of the 2 games you're going to play if you're in the playoffs is either at San Rafael or at Sonoma in the first round. Diamonds have made it clear they want to play in San Rafael. Sonoma has too much of a home field advantage, they feel. And if they have a choice or if they have a chance, they'd rather play San Rafael. Right now, that means they need to finish in 3rd place. Here's the pitch to Garcia. It's outside and low for a ball, and now the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Now, have they announced, Scott, whether those will be day games or night games?
They haven't. I don't know. Or will they have a day game and a night game? I don't know. What the plan is, of course, and then there'll be 1 game on Sunday, and we don't know what time that game will be. This pitch is fouled away.
Because those games in summer, when you have the twilight, that's when you get all those shadows.
Right.
And Aaron was talking about with the home field advantage that the Stompers get. And you've done a number of games up there. I did a number of games last year where it's shadow, sunlight, shadow, sunlight. I mean, it might go 3 or 4 times by the time the pitch gets to home plate.
Here's a pitch to Garcia. It's high for ball 4, and he will be on at first base again. His second walk of the day. He's trying to take on Morgan Blatnick's game.
Number 6, Brett Smith.
Yeah, this is a dangerous part of the lineup for the Diamonds, as we talked about, because the on-base percentages are so high, the speed is good.
Brett Smith up here, he has singled and struck out today. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses on that one, and it is 0-1. On Thursday, Brett Smith was up 5 times, reached base 5 times, scored 5 times, including the game-winning run. That was quite a night.
It's certainly a night he won't soon forget.
This pitch, high, throw down to first base, and Garcia dives back in.
Jose getting a little bit too much of a secondary lead. Nico Tony not taking kindly to that, made that snap throw down there, but Garcia paying attention, and he was able to dive back in safely.
1-1 count to Smith. The 1-1 pitch, swung and fouled back, and it's 1-2. And you must be enjoying the fruits of the shade.
Finally, finally went over the backstop on top of the grandstand, and 100% better.
What a different experience it is. 1-2 count, 1 out here, top of the 4th.
Of course, now I feel like a margarita in a lounge chair.
You don't look like a margarita in a lounge chair.
But I'd like one. Or both.
1-2 count, the 1-2 pitch. There goes Garcia. Pitches line down the right field line and out of play.
Boy, Brett Smith tagged that one. He was late on it, and it was well fouled, but he did square it up. Diamond's playing some hit and run that time.
Garcia makes his way back to first base. He is not in the shade out there. He is in the bright sunshine at first base, and took off like the wind to second. Let's see what he does here with the 1-2 count. The pitch is fouled back. Count stays at 1-2. All kinds of things, there's going to be a point. Well, the Diamonds would like a point, the earliest point possible, when they have made it clear where they're going to finish, that they can't really improve it or degrade it. And here's a pitch fouled back as Garcia gets another set of wind sprints down to second base.
And set your pitching.
Just set your pitching, and give some. They've got a number of players who have soreness, and I think Valera is one who might benefit from a couple of days off. And I'm sure there are a couple others, but
wouldn't hurt.
So anyway, you get a chance to get yourself all situated for the playoffs, and that'll be a big advantage right now.
Absolutely.
The lead they're opening up on Vallejo, that could come fairly soon. Right now, they're leading Vallejo by 3 games. Yeah. Diamonds trying to get back to 500 here today, and they're right now down 4-3 with a runner at first. He does not go. Slow down to first base. Garcia dives back in. He called him out?
Yes, he did.
He called him out?
Well, Eric Thompson says out at first base on that pickoff. That'll go as the caught stealing. Here another look.
Here's the throw down to first base, and we don't get to see the tag because we're late getting down there, but let's see. I don't know. I can't tell from that picture.
It sure didn't look like the throw beat him.
No, it looked like his hand got through his legs. That was stunning because, well, anyway, so Garcia is thrown out at first base for the second out of the inning here in the 4th. And so Brett Smith will go back to work with a 2-2 count.
This is the fourth runner picked off or thrown out on the base paths in this game already.
That pitch is a curveball, goes way outside for ball 3, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So I guess runners move at your own risk.
The 3-2 pitch is swung on ground to the left side at the shortstop. It's picked up by Salas, who throws out Smith, and that will do it now for the Diamonds in the 4th. It looks like they might have something going, but then they don't. We're going to the 5th inning now with the score, Pittsburg 3 and Napa 4.
Embroidery and Graphics is the official gear provider of the Pittsburgh Diamonds. The same high-quality products they make for Diamond fans can be made to promote your team or cause. T-shirts, polo shirts, magnets, coffee mugs, practically anything with a space on it can be turned into promotional materials by Diane's Embroideries and Graphics. The possibilities are endless and the cost is affordable. You can find them online at dianesembroidery.com. And Diane's Embroidery has donated a wonderful gift package today for Rotacare. It is a cooler that can hold 48 cans on wheels, 2 fantastic Diamonds shirts, and 2 of the steel coffee mugs. Retails for $65. The bidding will begin at $20. Do I have $20? $20 right here. Do I have 25? 25. I got 20 over here. 25. Come on, Diamonds fans.
30.
Okay, he's going to go for... Oh, wait. We got 30. Do I have 35?
Hey, Danny.
All right,
Danny.
35, my lovely Martha. I love that woman.
What did you
35.
say?
Do I hear 40? Come on.
What did you
this is a
think about
great
that
package.
last one?
Let's at least get to retail here. $40. What do you say? Come on. It's a cooler. It's mugs. It's a shirt. Hey, guess what? This thing rolls everywhere. You can take it anywhere.
It comes
Go
with
for
60
40,
cans of
Scott.
beer.
Scott, go for 40.
It comes with 60 cans of beer.
You're going to go for 40? 40, Scott? 40. Come on, Scott. You can do it.
$37.50.
Scott goes for $40.
I think I better get back on the headset because it's costing me money not to have the headset on. I thought I would put in a low bid for this. Hello.
Martha Watt, way to go. The cheap person. I know. Do I hear 50? Do I hear 50? 45 to Martha. Martha, you're a rock star. 45. No, we said 45, right? Yeah. 45 to Martha. Thank you, Martha. And all proceeds go to Rotary.
So I'm not sure what's going on with the screen at the moment, but we have a Winter Chevrolet ad up here, and but we also have the score. It is 4-3 in favor of Napa. Here we are. We're back at action. I don't know if you heard me before or not, but it's 4-3 in favor of Napa. We've had one pitch that you missed, and it was a ball to Dominic Bethencourt here in the top of the 5th inning. This pitch is lined to center field, coming into Smith, and he makes the catch. Right about knee high in center field for out number 1.
Nice running catch by Smith. Bethencourt squares that one up, and had a little bit of that top spin going, but he hit it so hard it just stayed up for Brett out there, and he was able to run in and make a nice catch.
Drake Yashioka will step up here. He struck out in the 2nd inning. Travis Blackley on the mound for the Diamonds. Here's the pitch. Swung on and bounded to the right side. Jasuda tries to figure out how to play it, and his throw first is in time for out number 2, and we're not being facetious there. We have seen the ball bounce over the center fielder's head in for the Napa Silverados on just a normal single, and it took one bounce in the center field and way over his head like we were playing at Vallejo. So it's a little cautious time for everybody, I think. As we see what happens. There was a ball, was it yesterday? With a ball that hit the infield and then just stayed very low.
Stayed down, yeah. Like maybe it hit the edge of the infield grass or something and just did not come up.
So now with 2 outs, top of the order, Ray Jones, he squares the bunt, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. And that got Morgan Blatnick chasing in from third base.
No, but every once in a while you'll see that ball, especially at second base, I've noticed a couple times where it'll have a funny little hop just one way or another sometimes. Always keeps the fielders on their toes.
0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch is a strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 hits given up by Blackley, both of them home runs. It is 4-3 in favor of Napa. Oh-2 count. The 0-2 pitch is swung on, and that is lifted to the infield. There's Garcia to make the catch next to Yasuda, and that is out number 3. So very quickly, down go the Silverados here in the 5th inning. We're going to the bottom of the 5th with the score, Napa 4 and Pittsburg 3.
Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburg and Brentwood. Are you looking for a community-based establishment that will provide a fun and exciting environment for your family? Certainly Diamonds Baseball is one, and no doubt Lumpy's Diner is another. Before or after the game, eating at Lumpy's Diner or Lumpy's Diner Express can make for a great doubleheader. And if you want to win a road game, LD's Catering will make your event a hit no matter the location. Lumpy's Diner is a homegrown sensation, world famous since 2008. Bring your family to ours.
Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Crisscross.
Chop, chop, real smooth.
I gotta teach him how to chop that, don't I?
Scott Harkin is out here for his 5th inning of work, and boy, did Nico Tony have a dramatic setup for that last pitch. That he was going to throw down to second, as you do after you finish the warm-ups, and he was in kind of a warrior position, catching that ball and throwing it, as it turned out, into center field. So now the Diamonds will walk up here with Morgan Blatnick, Chris Quitzer, Ryan Lashley, down by 1 run, top of the 5th inning. There's the first pitch to Morgan, and it is a strike. It's 0-1. He struck out in the 1st inning and flew out to center in the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch is high for a ball, and it's 1-1. One count to the Napa from the Napa Silverados. Here the pitch popped up in short left field. Out goes Salas, still going back, and he makes the catch.
Just kind of hung up there for Willie. For a moment, I thought that was going to get beyond and be one of those little duck snort base hits, but it stays up and ends up being a routine play. And here's Quitz, who's got himself an RBI 2-out knock today.
Yes, he does, and he scored a run later. So he has been a busy bee. 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Swung and fouled away. Jose Garcia had opened that inning with the walk and then stole a base, and 2 batters were retired before Quitzer came out and knocked Garcia in. And then Ryan Lashley hit that pitch the ball that we had talked about that bounced over Jones' head in center field completely by surprise, and he had no chance to make it. It was so high, unbelievable. Pitch is fouled away here, and it's no balls and 2 strikes to Quitzer. So Quitzer scored on that one.
Yeah, that one you talk about with rage, that's the one that gets you the what the expletive happened on that one.
No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. This pitch is a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
One of those curveballs, Scott, that just doesn't quite break.
Harkin to the plate, and this pitch is swung on and blooped down the left field line, and it is going to fall harmlessly foul. Both Bethencourt and Coleman were giving chase, but they could not get the ball. I believe it's 2-2, and I think that's where the count remains. But maybe we'll get a sign here from Danny Speck. Nope. The scoreboard says 1-2. Here's the pitch. Go on and fouled away.
Good challenge fastball that time, and even ahead in the count. Harkin not trying to fool Quitzer there, and Quitz able to foul it off and stay alive. That was a pretty good pitch.
1-2 count or 2-2 count. Here's the pitch to Quitzer. Swung and bound to the right side at the second baseman, Yoshioka. He picks it up. He drops it. He throws to first. He got him. Well, he made it a little more exciting than it needed to be as he picked it up and then dropped the ball. But he did get Quitzer just in the nick of time, and so now there are 2 outs, and Ryan Lashley will come to the plate.
That's the benefit of playing on the right side. You got a little more time. If you do that at third or shortstop, chances are Quitzer's going to beat that out. But Yoshioka knew he had a little more time, stayed with it, and made the play.
Lashley, he of the triple that bounced over the center fielder's head. The first pitch to him is a strike, and it's 0-1.
Good-looking curveball that time by Harkin. Those are his best curveballs to the right-handers, going away from them.
Pitch is bounded foul, and count will be no balls and 2 strikes to Lashley.
But right now, Quitzer throwing it pretty well here, Scott. These last several batters making contact, but none what you'd call solid contact. Being able to stay off the barrel of the bat.
Harkin to the plate. That's outside for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Diamonds in search of 500. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And so that does it here for Pittsburgh in the 5th inning. They are a quick 1-2-3 as Harkin seems to be on a roll. We're going to go to the 6th inning now with the score Napa 4 and Pittsburgh 3.
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com. Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town.
And serving our community.
So we're ready to go here in the 6th inning with the Diamonds down by run. It's 4-3 in favor of Napa. The ball goes thrown down to second base and on into center field. And so we'll retrieve that and we'll get going. And coming up to the plate for the Silverados will be Devin Ramirez, Willie Salas, and Kendall Coleman.
Now batting number 12.
Well, now Travis Blackley going to try to match what's going on over on the other side with Scott Harkin. And Scott looks like he's getting stronger as the game's going on. He's retired 6 of the last 7 Diamond batters he's faced.
Blackley in that first inning gave a home run to the first batter, Ray Jones, and then he walked 3 straight batters, and an error batsman, and then an error later. 2 more runs that scored. It was 3-0 in that first inning. Here's a pitch, it's a strike. It's 0-1. The Diamonds came back with a run in the second, and then 2 runs in the third, and then Blackley had retired 8 in a row before he gave up a home run in the 4th to make it 4-3, and he's retired 4 after that. So he's been on kind of a streak of his own. It's 0-1, and this pitch way high for a ball, and it's 1-1.
You look up still, middle part of the the game 4-3. It doesn't look like a pitcher's duel, but like you said, for Blackley, especially, you take away that first inning, and he's having himself a great outing. Still only 2 earned runs given up by Travis.
He kicks and delivers. The pitch is a ball. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. The Diamonds have had their defensive lapses in the midst of their outstanding record and play of late. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. This is the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 6th inning. Napa with a 1-run lead, and the wind is blowing straight out of the ballpark. That pitch is a strike. 3-2. I'm not sure what Ramirez was doing. He was jackknifing out of the way. The pitch was kind of around his ankles almost. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the 3-2 pitch is high and outside for ball 4, and Ramirez is on.
Come back. Now batting number 26, Willie Salas.
Not the way you want to start the inning with the leadoff walk, especially when you're dealing with the middle part of the order. So Travis will have to pitch around this, but I think one thing that's got around for Napa is like, let's put the running game on hold for this afternoon.
It's just and it's interesting. Even if people don't get picked off, it's interesting to watch when you're watching Blackley pitch. What base runners on base will do, which way they're going when he kicks. Here's the ball bunted to the right side. It's going to be picked up by Lashley. Quickly flips it to Yasuda covering, and that is out number 1. And Yasuda got his butt over to first base from his second base position, and that's a long way to go. Here's another look. Bunted to the right side. That's picked up by Lashley there, and there's Yasuda to make the play.
That's a little toss, almost handcuffed Yuki a little bit. He kind of underhanded it with the glove. And very fortunate that one didn't bounce off like the heel of the glove and into his chest. Will allow that runner to make it safely to first, but a nice play over there by the Diamond defense to get that out for the sac bunt.
So you saw Ramirez down at second. You see him behind Blackley as Blackley looks back to see what Ramirez is up to, and Garcia starts to sneak into the base behind him. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Kendall Coleman up here with 1 out. Runner at second.
You always wonder, though, with the second or the third place hitter laying down that bunt this time of the ball game, middle of the game, Scott, you wonder if he's really thinking sacrifice. I got to be thinking that he's looking for a bunt base hit.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 0-2.
Analytical statistics these days say, leave the bunting alone. But always nice to pick up those extra bases and give yourself that extra chance to pick up a run or two during the course of a game.
Oh, 2 count. Little cat and mouse game. Second base, there's a pickoff play, and Blackley did not throw the ball. He wheeled and pretended to throw the ball, and Garcia was sneaking in behind Ramirez and was at the bag.
And Ramirez is thinking he can't do that well to second base too, can he?
Right. No balls and 2 strikes to Coleman, and he swings, and he lifts this one, and he's about ready to slam the bat in frustration, but thinks better of it. And Brett Smith is in short center field to make the catch.
Yeah, Coleman not able to barrel that one up, just a lazy fly ball into center field. Diamonds get out number 2. All the while, Ramirez has to stay at second base.
So now it'll be up to Nico Tony if the Napas are going to do anything with their leadoff walk here in the 6th inning There are 2 outs. Ramirez is down to second base. That pitch was a strike, and it's on 1. The Diamonds are having Rotarian Day. I haven't really heard a good name for it. It's Honor Rotary, or I don't know, but the Rotarians are here, and they're earning money for one of their charities. This pitch is fouled back. It's 0-2. RotoCare, which is a free health clinic. Free services are provided for anyone who walks in the door, and I believe it's one of those clinics where there just is no conversation at all about money. You don't have to prove that you have a financial need or anything like that. If you want to come to this clinic and get care, they will give you care, and that is that.
That is very nice to have something like that, because, as we know, a lot of people just don't have health care.
Yeah. Here's a pitch. It bounces up there, bounces off Javier, and the runner at second base, Ramirez, does not go down to third. He could not have known. I don't think he knew when that first started how far away from Javier the ball was bouncing, and he was being cautious and stayed at second.
Yeah. Again, that rule, you don't want to make the first or third out at third base, and the ball just wasn't that far away from Javier, and Steven does a nice job getting out from behind home plate, and certainly looked like he would have thrown out the runner at third.
1-2 count. Nico Tony, the right-handed batter, and now spinning around and threatening a throw again as Ramirez goes scampering back to second base. And you know what they play in Sonoma? Quit your stalling! From Yosemite Town. 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch. It reaches out and bats it to the right side. Lashley makes the play, gets it to the pitcher, Blackley covering, and that was another nice play at first base, where Lashley had to make a good play to get the ball, and Blackley had to race over to get to the base in time as Nico Tony was hurrying up the first base line. The Diamonds get out number 3. A walk is given up to the Silverados, but that is it. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score, Napa 4 and the Diamonds 3.
The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name, they're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
That's yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's yesterday. Can you go down there and say something to him?
Come on, what do you
Hey,
got?
Tim.
Hey, let me see this one. There you
I
go.
might have to go next time.
Okay.
Because, you know.
No.
Oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Yeah, never mind.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Winter Chevrolet Stadium, where the Diamonds are down by 1 run after they were down by 3 runs to start the game. And so that is an improvement. They tied the score, and then they ended up giving up another home run. So they have found themselves down 4-3 here We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rafael Valera, Yuki Yasuda, and Kaz Canella will be the 3 scheduled hitters for the Diamonds. And the first pitch to Valera is a ball, and it's 1-0. This pitch to Valera is swung on and bounded to the left side. The third baseman, Bethencourt, picks it off and throws to first for out number 1.
Good-looking curveball there by Harkin. And another ball where the Diamonds making contact but not barreling anything up. Scott Harkin on a fine roll right now. Just able to get a piece of that, and that little roller out to third turns into a routine play.
Yasuda with a bunt for a base hit, but it goes foul down the third base line, and he has outstanding control of his bat, and he's a great bunter, but that one rolled foul.
And Bethencourt was playing back. Yuki looked at that situation and said, well, I get a chance to get a bunt base hit. And that causes Bethencourt to move in now, even with the bag, couple of steps off the line.
0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch is strike 2, and now Bethencourt can move back.
One of his better curveballs again.
This pitch is swung and fouled away, and so we are not sure. We don't think that we can find the Diamonds baseball game on the YouTube channel, the Pittsburgh Diamonds YouTube channel. And to be honest, we're having a long time waiting for the Bay Area Sports.tv website to load, so we don't know what is happening as far as the video is concerned. We've got a good video shot here. This pitch to Yasuda bounces past home plate, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looks good on our screen.
Yeah, here the ballpark looks great on our screen. This pitch is lifted high down the left field line. Coming over is the left fielder, and a fair ball on the left field line, and it bounces over the fence for a ground rule double.
Actually hit the foul pole there down the left field line next to the In-N-Out Burger sign. And that's going to be a ground rule double for Yuki Yasuda. Tries to bunt, cannot. And, boy, we're seeing that a lot.
That's right.
Try to bunt, doesn't work out, and then swing away and get good results. Saw that a couple of times yesterday. And now Canella a chance to pick up a base hit here and drive in the tying run.
That's the second double of the day for Yasuda, who was also hit by a pitch. He has been on base 3 times. Here is Kaz Canella. The pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0.
Canella's got an RBI double himself. That came back in the second inning.
The pitch here is a ball, and it is 2 balls and no strikes.
Of course, Kaz doubled after Yuki doubled after there were 2 outs in the inning, and that's how the Diamonds got run number 1.
That pitch is a strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
And that's another one of those hanging breaking balls. The Diamonds have not, I can't recall them really hitting one of those well so far.
2-1 count. Yasuda bouncing back and forth at second base as Harkin looks back to see Yoshioka trying to move in to keep Yasuda close. Yasuda headed back for a second. Big curveball. Doesn't. And
nope.
The count is 3 balls and a strike now to Canella.
If you're a pitcher, that's not what you're looking for. Curveballs that don't and fastballs that aren't.
Right. Canella set to go. 3 balls and a strike. Diamonds are down by a run. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Yasuda with his lead with 1 out. And the pitch to Canella is a strike, and it's 3-2. Full count now.
Saturday night, and welcome to Run Since Aaron, the Pittsburg Diamonds pregame.
3-2 count, and the 3-2 pitch to Kaz Canelo with the runner at second. He swings and he lifts it high and foul and back behind home plate and out of play. And so we're going to go again at 3-2.
And a hanging breaking ball there. Scott, I'm telling you, the Diamonds are looking at those pitches and they've got to be thinking, one of these times we are going to hit this hard because those are in good hittable position.
3-2 count. Long time taken by Hartnick, and he decides to get off, Harkin to get off the rubber. We've got throwing down in the Diamonds bullpen. It looks like Sam Agnew-Whelan. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Out number 2 here in the 6th inning, and that will bring up Stephen Javier.
Number 32, Stephen Javier.
Javier steps up here with the runner at second, Yuki Yasuda, and 2 down. Diamonds trying to tie this one up again after they had come from down 3-0 to tie the ball game. Harkin again looking back at second and steps off the rubber. Now he's got a big smile on his face like it's a game between him and Yasuda. He's back up on the rubber now. His pitch to Javier. Swung on, bounded right back up the middle. There's Salas. Salas up behind, almost behind second base to make the pickup and the play at first. Javier is down, and so are the Diamonds. They get a double, but that's it. We're going to the 7th inning with the score Napa 4 and the Diamonds 3.
Last thing, 2 tickets. You know that Diamond seating area right behind home plate field?
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399. One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburg Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
You know what? Then I will just have to hang on to these and give them back to Ralph. He'll give them to somebody else. But thank you, guys. Thank you. $100 right there.
Welcome to the top of the 7th inning here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, where the Diamonds have made it a game. It was 3-0, and now it's just a 1-run game at 4-3, but their bats have been silent the last 3 innings. That's because I've been doing the game. Recently, the Diamonds have done nothing in the middle 3 innings. I mean, it's been sad. So we're handing the reins of the game over to Tony Schultz, who's come through with heart-stopping victory after heart-stopping victory this week. So here we go.
Okay, Scotty, thank you very much. Another exciting ball game here in Pittsburgh. Diamonds trailing this one by 1. It's 4-3. Both pitchers turning in some nice outings here, including Travis Blackley. You look at the scoreboard, he's given up 4, but just 2 of those runs earned. So he is having yet another good outing here for Pittsburgh in 2018. First pitch to Kern, up high for a ball. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Kern, Matalago, Bethencourt, and then should anybody reach the 9th place hitter, Yoshioka would get a shot. And the 1-0 pitch, and Travis fouled back to the screen. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike to Nick Kern. Reached on an error, caught stealing. He was actually picked off. And then he homered in the 4th inning after 2 were out. Couple of home runs off Blackley today. Those really the blemishes. The other 2 runs looked like he should have been out of the inning, but an error allowing 2 unearned runs to score. The 1-1 pitch. Kern takes up high in the count. 2 balls and a strike. So San Rafael and Vallejo yesterday, a 7-4 win for the San Rafael Pacifics. Tyler Herr got the win in that game. Here's a pitch just off the outside part of the plate. And the count goes 3-1 to Kern. Peter Reyes took the loss. He went just 1/3 of an inning, gave up 4 earned runs. Jose Casilla for the Packs got the save. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. And here is a walk to Kern to start the inning.
Now batting.
So Kern walks. And here comes Montalongo, 0 for 2 so far for Josh. And of course, he's the beer batter. So for our thirsty patrons, they're rooting for a strikeout. And well, Travis Blackley's rooting for a strikeout as well. And I don't think he's going to go get a beer, but he's just looking for out number 1. Diamond bullpen look like they're starting to get active down there. Throw back over to first, and Kern wisely not taking a very big lead. They've seen enough of that. It's front foot just to that cutout out there. So that would represent a very short lead, and now a throw back over. And after a while, you'll start seeing, as Travis comes home, the runner at first will be going back to the bag. Montalongo waits, and there he is, going back to the bag as the ball coming plateward. It's called a strike. And they count no balls and 1 strike to Montalongo.
It's a situation, I think, where you get so confused that you don't even trust your own judgment about whether he's going to the plate or whether he's going to come to first base, and you probably are overly cautious most of the time.
That ball's hit hard into the gap left center. Running over and making a fine catch is Chris Quitzer in left field, ranging over to left center. And that ball was barreled up that time, had some top spin, but Quitzer able to run it down for out number 1, but that was a loud out. So Montalongo now 0 for 3 as he flies to left. Dominic Bethencourt line to center, leading off the 5th his last time. Dominic 0 for 2. So in that San Rafael win yesterday, Wes Wallace a grand slam. He's seen his batting average go way up since joining the Pacifics. Here's a throwback over to first base. Kern back in. Hitting at .239 with the Pacifics. 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, 9 stolen bases in those 13 games. And the Packs yesterday got 7 in the 8th inning, and 4 of them were on that Wes Wallace grand slam that resulted in the Pacific victory over Vallejo. Here's the pitch in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. So Montalongo out after Kern had walked. Frustrating out for Josh as he really ripped that ball, but just allowed out, swinging a foul here, and the count no balls and 2 strikes to Bethencourt with the second baseman and 9th place hitter Drake Yoshioka waiting on deck.
Right now in the bottom of the 7th inning, it is Martinez and Sonoma, and Martinez is leading the Stoppers 6-3. And in The top of the 7th inning is Santa Fe. Vallejo is leading the Pacifics 6-0.
Can they hold on? Another throw back over to first, and Kern is probably getting a little frustrated over there. He's like, I'm not even taking a big lead. Wind starting to kick up, and dust from the other field blowing over here onto our field. 0-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Pitch is high. The throw down is in time to get him.
What a perfect throw from Javier right into the glove of Garcia. Which the glove was just right above second base. Watch him slide into this throw. Picked up, and there it goes, and Garcia just makes a catch and tags all in one moment because it's all the same spot.
So Nick Kern caught stealing again. The first time was actually a pickoff. This time he is going, and Steven Javier just made, as you said, Scott, you just can't make a throw any better than that, and that's out number 2. Ground ball hit hard on one hop, backhanded by Garcia over to first, and the inning is over. So a walk and nothing else for the Silverados. And we'll go now to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time from Pittsburg, 4-3 Napa.
Is there anything more fun than a ball bouncing off the outfield wall for a double? Well, if there is, it might be a double-double from In-N-Out. In-N-Out is an iconic burger restaurant for a reason. Quality is the most important ingredient at In-N-Out. They never freeze, pre-package, or microwave the food. Your burgers, fries, and a shake are waiting to be made on Delta Gateway Boulevard, just off Highway 4. In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger is all about.
Anytime we have a conversation with Mechanics Paint, we know that we're in the same business. Our business is customer service, integrity, loyalty, friendship. Mechanics clearly establishes a high level of tradition, honesty, integrity that comes through in all their transactions. I trust them with everything. I know that they're there for us. My name is Paul Irwin. I'm a mechanic.
6, 8, 8, 8, 1, 8. Last 3 numbers, 8, 1, 8, must be present to win. Must be present to win. And we have a winner, my young ball star right here. All right. Bye, B. Bye, B. 818, there you go, $35. Bye, Mom. Thanks for coming.
All right, here we go. Devontae Glenn will be Elvin Liriano, I believe it is. It is Elvin Liriano, the new pitcher in for the Napa Silverados as they lead it 4-3. And to tell you more about him, here is Scott McDonald.
Well, Elvin Liriano, let's see what we have from yesterday, because today we have not been able to get new statistics because we had everything fouled up before this game. We were lucky to get on the air. But going into, I can't remember if Liriano pitched yesterday or not, but he had 10 games, 22 innings pitched, 18 walks, 29 strikeouts. His record was no wins, 3 losses, 1 save, and an ERA of 8.59.
Liriano did not get into the ball game yesterday.
So those are up to date.
So he's had a little bit of rest trying to protect a 1-run lead as we go to the 7th inning. Home half of the 7th inning, and here's Jose to lead it off. And the first one is high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Couple of walks for Garcia. Scored a run, stole a base in the 3rd. Walked again in the 4th. And then was picked off himself at first base on what might be called a controversial call. That one is in there, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, I said that it wasn't as smoky as it was yesterday, but that has changed. This game has gone on, and we've got air worthy of Los Angeles, where you can chew it. You can chew the air.
The pitch is in there, a strike, and we count 1-2. Cameron Hatch, who finally, after a very nice run, gave up a run yesterday. He'd been pitching so very well. Came into a tough situation where he inherited a couple of runners in yesterday's ball game. But he had a nice streak going where he was coming into ball game after ball game and was not yielding any runs. 1-2 pitch. Jose fouls this one off to stay alive. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Garcia looked like he was on the fastball that time. So Harkin's day is done. 6 innings pitched for Scott. 3 runs on 6 hits. So he turned in a nice performance. Now he gives off to Liriano. Left-hander looks in, the 1-2 pitch, check swing, and they're going to say no swing as they check down to Eric Thompson, who's in good position to make the call. And he says that Jose did not go far enough, and the count goes even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes with the top of the order coming up and Brett Smith. Garcia waits, 2-2 pitch, and that's high for a ball. Count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Javier has worked this one full. And like we said, he's already walked twice in the ball game, and kind of see why the strategy is that he hits in that 9th spot. The 9, 1, and 2 guys getting on base a lot, and on base again, as Garcia draws yet another walk.
Well, that's exactly the person you want on base. He's got all the speed in the world. He is a daring but not a dangerous base runner. Here comes Mr. Balls and Strikes talk. Tito Fuentes Jr. to have that conversation with his pitcher Liriano. Every time there's a walk, it seems, out comes Fuentes to have this conversation.
Well, some numbers on Smith. Batting average coming in .318. On base average at .451 for the season. And he's scored 71 runs, Scott, in 66 ball games entering today's play. And, you know, in an era where the strikeouts are so elevated, here's a guy with more walks than strikeouts, 54 to 50 respectively. So a guy, as we've said a number of times, is just flat out a tough out. And the Diamonds need that right here, as they've got the potential tying run aboard at first base. Smith representing the go-ahead run. Bottom half of the 7th, and here's a pitch in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. And over there on the Diamond side, they're chirping a little bit. I think they felt that last pitch was a bit high. Danny Speck didn't think so, however. And the count, no balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, a little looper into right field. Here comes the right fielder on a dive, and it's Kern. Did he make the play? Yes, he did. And there is out number 1. So that looked like it was just going to be a bloop base hit, but Kern ends up making the play.
A very nice play, and Jose Garcia had to race back to first base and dive back in because he was vulnerable to being thrown out there.
So the fly to right, nice play by Kern. Looked like the Diamonds were going to have first and second with Blatnick up, nobody out. Now instead, Blatnick bats with 1 out and 1 on. Here's Morgan, lefty-lefty matchup here, and Morgan takes inside for a ball. It's 1-0, a strikeout, fly out to center. And his last time, leading off the fifth, Morgan popped to the shortstop. So far, he's 0 for 3. Don't see that very often with a guy with his on-base percentage. Here's the pitch, and that one in there, a strike, and the count 1-1. Bethencourt thinking he might try to bunt. He'd come in a little bit, Scott, from his third base position. Now he's backed up a little bit more and a little bit more still. Diamonds looking for the equalizer. We're in the seventh. That one's low and gets away, and there goes Garcia down to second on the pass ball.
It looked like Nico Tony honestly did not know he did not have the ball. He got up like he was going to try to snap throw to first base, and the ball was already at the backstop. Where did that thing go?
2 balls and 1 strike. Bethencourt's backed up even a little bit more, and Ramirez way back over there at first base. If you're thinking about a possible drag bunt from the Diamonds here, this one way up high for a ball. Count goes 3 balls and 1 strike. Quitzer waits on deck. 4-3 in favor of Napa. Here's Liriano. Look back at second. Elvin ready. There goes the runner. Here's the pitch. It's outside. And there's going to be no throw down to third base. So Blatnick has got himself a walk here. And the Diamonds have them cornered with just 1 out. And Nico Tony just took a bite out of that one as the jump was so good for Jose Garcia. There was no chance for Nico Tony to throw him out. So here's Quitzer, 1 for 3 so far. He does have a base hit, RBI, and a run scored that came back in the third. Lefty-lefty matchup again. Napa looking for the double play ball. Fastball in there for a strike, and they count 0-1. The league off tomorrow, and for the Diamonds, Tuesday and Wednesday against the Stompers here. Both games starting at 6, Thursday and Friday at the Silverados. Both games at 6 in the wine country, swing and a miss. And Quitzer down to the strike zone now, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, fading outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not a bad pitch in that situation. Liriano trying to get Quitzer to chase something off the plate, and Chris does not. Ryan Lashley would be next, barring the double play ball. Salas pinching up towards second base. Yoshioka in what I would call more of a normal second base spot. One-two pitch. There goes the runner from first. This one is low for a ball. And Blatnick's going to have himself a stolen base. So runners at second and third now. That takes away the possible double play. And now the infield still back for Napa. They're willing to give up a run for an out. Here's the pitch. Swung on it, missed, strike 3. One up in the strike zone, and Quitz took a big rip at it. Could not catch up, and he's out number 2. So it's up to Lashley. 2 outs, 2 on. Base hit could give the Diamonds the lead here. Ryan Lashley, an RBI triple back in the third. That's the one that took that nasty hop over the head of Jones in center field. Here's the pitch, and that one is low for a ball. And the count goes 1 ball and no strikes. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Napa. And for the Diamonds, 3-6-1. And one, however, a costly one, leading to 2 unearned runs. And that right now, the difference in the game. 1-0 pitch, here it is, inside the lash, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. You've got first base open, so Liriano can really decide who he wants to pitch to. Back-to-back right-handed batters, so no matchup situation that would favor the Silverados. So Lashley's got to be careful as to think that Liriano might not be trying to throw him a strike. 2-0 pitch. Just off the outside part of the plate. It's 3-0. That's kind of the strategy here. I'm not going to intentionally walk you, but I'm going to throw my pitch, and if you can hit it, I'll tip my cap. 3-0 pitch. Would not necessarily expect a strike. And that is a strike. It looked a bit elevated in the zone, but Lashley's going to have to come back. Strike 1. But right now, Elvin Liriano right around that strike zone. Right on the periphery. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. That one way inside, ball 4. So Lashley draws the walk. 2 walks here in the inning. So Valeri going to bat with the bases juiced. So you get that situation, you know, when you have that base open, and you don't necessarily have to throw a strike to that particular hitter. The problem is, if he does get down to first base, the next guy, well, you have to throw him strikes. So Lashley does a good job. He's patient.
Thank you, Buck.
Not swinging at those on the border, not swinging at those borderline balls or strikes. So he's aboard now. Fastball poured into by Liriano, and it's strike 1 to Rafael Valera. Out 3 unassisted, walked, and then bounced out his last time to third. That was leading off the 6th. There's the pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen, and the count's quickly 0-2. So now, after sort of gingerly, if you will, going after Lashley, Liriano going right after Rafael Valera. Yasuda would be next. Diamonds looking to tie or better here when this at bat. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a hard hit ball, and that'll go over the soccer field. And heads up, guys. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes.
Diamonds are looking for their 4th win of the week, and it would be their 4th come-from-behind victory of the week.
So they've got them right where they want them. Home half of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swinging another foul. Now with a 2-strike count, Valera has got to be less choosy, and he's going out of the strike zone a little bit. But Elvin Liriano really throwing some quality pitches, Scott. And when he's missing, he's not missing by a whole lot. He's right around the strike zone with everything. No balls, 2 strikes, bases juiced. Home half of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch, swinging another foul, and let's do it again.
Valera just stayed alive with that one. He's just battling to get the pitch that he wants, and he fouled that one off just at the last moment.
And he's spoiling some good pitches here. Because a couple of those, if you let them go, you can't complain if the home plate umpire, Danny Speck, calls them a strike. The 0-2. Just off the outside part of the plate. It's 1-2. I think Valera showed a good eye on that one, but you can see Nico Tony just framing that one for the umpire. And Danny Speck says, a little bit outside. Let's make one more pitch. The 1-2 pitch. Liriano ready. Here it comes. Swing, and this one lifted in the air right side. Kern coming in, still coming in, and now has to readjust to make the catch. Boy, he looked a little squirrely out there for a moment. I thought he was going to fall down, but Nick makes the play, and the inning is over. So the Diamonds load him. They leave him that way, and after 7 full, it's the Silverados 4, Diamonds 3.
All right. Come on, guys. It's easy. Get in your seat.
One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburg Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today. In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh's new and used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large selection to choose from, Winter Chevrolet is sure to have the car that fits your personality, and their amazing finance programs will allow you to slide into your new car safely. Winter Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of Diamonds Baseball, is off of Highway 4 in Pittsburgh. Winter has what you want.
Right here, 6 o'clock, then they'll be away and come back next Tuesday, the 28th, for a homestand and the
All right, back here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, the Diamonds made that one exciting. They loaded the bases, but not able to get the equalizer as they are turned away by Elvin Liriano. Let's go to the top of the 8th now. Yoshioka to lead it off. Ray Jones and Ramirez, the 9, 1, and 2 men in the order. And the new pitcher is Cameron Hatch. And here's Scott McDonald to give you the update on the Diamond left-hander.
Well, I don't have any updated numbers on them. I have old numbers, and
but they're good.
But they're good numbers, and so I will give them to you.
It's like a day-old donut. Still tastes pretty good.
And it's cheap, like me. Cam Hatch was making his 23rd appearance on the year, 25 and 2/3 innings pitched, 18 walks, 40 strikeouts in 25 and 2/3 innings. His record, 4 wins, no losses, and he has a 3.16 earned run average.
All right, entering the game for the Diamonds on the hill is number 35, Cam Hatch.
So Cam, we told you about that nice streak that he was on. Inherited a couple of runners coming into yesterday's game, gave up those, and also one of his own. He'd been on a nice streak and having a very good year out of that Diamond bullpen. And right now they need him to hold down the fort. We've entered the 8th inning. Diamonds trail by 1, 4-3. Napa, first pitch to Yoshioka with the lefty-lefty matchup. And it's in there for a strike in the count, 0-1. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Silverados, 3-6-1 for Pittsburgh. Hatch kicks, fires, breaking ball misses inside, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Sam Agnew Wieland had been throwing earlier, I believe. So he's down there throwing again, getting loosened up. Here's the one hit by Yoshioka into left. Quitzer is there, and Chris will make the catch. So Yoshioka flies out. And he's 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Back to the top of the order for Ray Jones, who got it all started with a bang. And actually, it will be Ray. Jones started the ball game off with a home run. And then there were those 3 walks and then that costly error. Here's the pitch up high for a ball. And that's how the Silverados got 3. They've scored only 1 since and haven't scored in the last 3 innings. So even though Blackley started out a little bit shaky, he certainly ended up pitching very well. There's a swing and a miss. And the count goes 1-2. So Travis goes 6, gives up 4 hits. Gives up 2 hits, rather. And 4 runs, but just 2 earned runs. And the pitch is up high for a ball. He did yield a couple of home runs. We said that Jones got him in the first. And then Nick Kern got him in the 4th. But another good-looking line for the Diamonds' left-handed starter, Travis Blackley. Hatch with the next pitch, and that one misses. Count goes 3-1.
Hey, now what do you say, Cam? Come on up, babe.
So Yoshioka flies to left. 3-1 to Jones now, is in there for a strike, and the count 3-2. And this one fouled back to the screen. Jones stays alive. And we'll do another payoff pitch. Diamonds and the Silverados. Stretch drive time here in the association. Payoff again. Swing and another foul back in a mirror image of the previous pitch. And we'll do another 3-2.
Gimme. Thank you, Bodie.
One out, nobody aboard for Ray Jones, trying to get things started here in the 8th for the Silverados. Payoff pitch right back to Cameron Hatch. Runs over. Tosses to Lashley at first base. 2 up and 2 down in the 8th. So Cam comes in and a good start to the inning. Here's Devin Ramirez with nobody aboard and 2 down.
Didn't look like Hatch wanted to give that ball up. He made the play on the mound, and then he ran running towards first. He looked like he just wanted to go all the way, but he didn't have time to do that. He finally had to throw it.
He was going for the 1 unassisted, but ends up going 3-1, 2 down. And Ramirez up there trying to extend the inning for Willie Salas. Here's the pitch, and that's way up high for a ball. Count 1 ball and no strikes. 3 in the first, 1 in the fourth for the Silverados, 1 in the second, 2 in the third for the Diamonds, and that's been it. Here's the pitch, check swing, called strike on location, and the count goes a ball and a strike on Devin Ramirez, the first baseman. Walk, he was picked off, flew out to right, and walked leading off the 6th his last time. 1-1 pitch, and that's up high for a ball. And the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Now you can see the smoke starting to linger here beyond the outfield, and everything just looks a little bit hazy. Thank God I'm not smelling smoke, though. Here's the next one up high for a ball, 3-1. There sure is a lot of smoke. Looking behind us over here to our right, over the bleachers here next to the Diamond dugout, that's starting to look more and more hazy as the afternoon goes on. 3-1 pitch, here it is, showed bunt and pulled back did Ramirez, and he takes ball 4. So it's a 2-out walk to Ramirez, and Willie Salas will get a chance here with a man aboard and 2 down. Told you about the Diamonds' miscue defensively today. But the runner thrown out, trying to steal second. Beautiful throw by Javier and a couple of pickoff plays. Defense has looked pretty good as well. And the nice plays over there by Lashley at first base. Here's the pitch up high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So kind of a situation where the Diamond defense giveth and taketh away. Ooh, I'm getting biblical, I think.
Well, it has reached that point of the season.
The 1-0 pitch, here it is, and that one floats in there for a strike. I don't think Salas expected that changeup that was up in the zone, and one that you certainly would like to take a hack at. But Willie let that one go by, and they count 1 ball and 1 strike. Next one, way up high, and it's 2-1.
Hey now, Cam, what do you say, babe?
So Cam throws pretty hard, and he's got that that quick motion. When he gets into his motion, it's very fast. Makes the ball in the arm action look even quicker. 2-1, back to the screen. It's 2-2. Diamonds just a strike away now from getting this one to the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 1. Yasuda, Canella, Javier due up in the Diamond 8th. Salas looking to keep things going. Kendall Coleman waiting on deck for the Silverados. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, swing, ground ball left side, and foul. And we'll do the 2-2 pitch again. Got a pretty good crowd today on Rotor Care Day, helping the community with health care. And, of course, they take care of a lot of the beer sales here. There goes the runner. The pitch is high. Throw down is not in time. Almost gets into center field, and a diving stop out there backing up the play is Garcia. And he may have saved the Diamonds at 90 feet in a throwing error. Here's another look. So Napa up to their old tricks with the stolen bases. And it's Ramirez able to pick that up. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Salas. Here's the pitch. Swung on it, missed strike 3. Fist pump by Cameron Hatch, who gets out of the jam. So the Silverados get a runner into scoring position, but no further. We'll go to the 8th now. It's Napa 4, Diamonds 3.
Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburg and Brentwood. The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
All right, bottom of the 8th we go. Yasuda, Canella, Javier. Should anybody reach the 9th place hitter, Jose Garcia would get a shot. Diamonds trail it by 1. Another good ball game here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. And looking it up next for Napa Tuesday, Wednesday, they'll host the Clips. Both those games at 6 o'clock up in the wine country. And Thursday, Friday, they will host Pittsburgh. That'll be 6 o'clock starts there as well. All right, here comes Yasuda. And Yuki's had a good game here today. Couple of doubles for Yuki. Scored a run, hit by a pitch. Leading off the 8th. Diamonds need a run to tie, 2 to take the lead. Getting late in Pittsburgh. Here's the pitch, and that one in there, a strike, and the count 0-1. So Yuki a 2-out double in the first. And Kaz Canella came up with the RBI double to score Yuki in that inning. There's a pitch that breaks in there for a strike, count 0-2.
Joelle Carranza is on the bench, available to pinch hit here in one of these last 2 innings if the Diamonds get a chance.
And this is going to be down the right field line. That's a base hit. Headed for the Diamond bullpen. Yasuda takes the big turn, holds on there as the throw by Kern comes back into second base. And boy, Kern got to that ball pretty quickly and was able to make a good throw. Because where that ball went, I thought it was extra bases.
Yeah, but Yasuda took the big turn, but he had an eagle eye on it, and he did not take a chance. And he was did not take a chance because Kern threw had a great throw to second base that would have nailed him.
But Yuki Yasuda, a 3-hit day, including now the hit by pitch. He's been on all 4 times. So here comes Gabriel Bracamonte. He's going to pinch hit for Canella. And look who's on deck.
Mr. Clutch. And the Diamonds just hoping to give him a chance to swing for something.
Gabriel Bracamonte, 330 coming in, 388 with the on-base percentage. So he's a tough out himself. Here's the pitch to Brock, up high for a ball. So Brock will hit for Canella, who had a pretty good day. Told you about the RBI double. Overall, he went 1 for 3. But Brock will take over for him. And then they'll pinch hit for Javier as well. And now diving back into Yasuda on that throw back to first base. And really kind of a lollipop there from Elvin Liriano.
Bracamonte is the 6th leading hitter in the league, right behind Ray Jones of the Silverados.
Good power numbers for Bracamonte over the season as well. Here's the pitch to Gabe that's inside for a ball. Count goes 2-0. 10 home runs, 11 doubles, couple of triples, and just 16 strikeouts in 55 games. Almost seems like he's playing in the 40s or something. 2-0 pitch to the right-handed hitter. Yasuda with his lead. Here it is. Up high for a ball. It's 3-0. Diamonds not playing small ball here in the 8th. They are not looking just to move Yuki up to try to tie this game. They're looking for that crooked number, trying to take the lead. Infield looking for a double play ball. 3-0 pitch. Yuki bluffs. Pitches in there for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Mark Young is up and throwing in the Napa bullpen.
Three balls, 1 strike. Yuki Yasuda starting the inning off with a base hit. Good play by Kern to keep him at first base. Here's the pitch, and that one on the outside corner, strike two. And now we've got a full count situation. And I'm kind of thinking a little bit of hit and run here with Yuki and a guy who doesn't strike out very often. Yuki with speed and a guy who knows how to make contact. Let's see if the Diamonds put a play on here. Payoff pitch instead of throw to first. Liriano sensing something is up. His spider senses are tingling. But if they're not, you haven't played a whole lot of baseball.
Right. You're not aware that this is a tight situation. You probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe you'd be a better pitcher. I don't know.
Payoff pitch. There goes Yuki. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. It will get out of play on the right side. Liriano, 3-2 pitch again. That's outside ball
Called
4.
strike 3. I can't believe it myself. And Bracamonte is stunned.
That is going to be a strikeout. So I got a little ahead of myself thinking that ball was a little high and a bit outside. But Danny Speck says strike 3. So Bracamonte is out number 1. And I thought that was going to be a walk, but that's the way it goes.
And I agree with you. I think that you're absolutely right. Bracamonte thought it was a walk, and man.
So here is Carranza now picking up for Stephen Javier, 1 on and 1 out. Right-handed batter waits. Here's the pitch, way up high and outside, ball 1. So the Diamonds really thought they were in business. But Liriano ends up getting the strikeout, and that's a big first out here in this bottom of the 8th. And here's Carranza, 56 games since joining the Diamonds this year. And he has really picked up the home run pace lately. Big swing and a miss. And the count 1-1.
Carranza with the walk-off single on Thursday night, last night in the 8th inning. He drove in the lead runs that would stand up as the winning runs in the game after he hit a grand slam earlier in the game.
276, 14 bombs last year with Sonoma. Here's a toss over to first base. Talked about the game-winning hit in the 9th on Thursday. HR versus the Clips earlier in the season, July the 4th, and then again July the 18th, had just 2. But since then, since August the 4th now, homered 6 times. There goes the runner, swung on and missed. And Yuki Suda going to make it to second without a throw. So Yuki picks up another stolen base. And he is in scoring position now with 1 out. So a good job by Yuki reading the left-handed pitcher. And boy, he got a great jump. And now the Diamonds can tie it with a base hit. Carranza waits, holding those hands low. 1-2 pitch. That one hops up there. Tony with the block. And the count goes 2-2 to Joelle. And for such a long time, Joelle had not hit very many home runs, but he has exploded in the month of August. Comes in with a .301 batting average, so he's handled the bat well, and as time has gone on, he's just gotten better and better. Here's the pitch to him. Swing, and this one in the air to center. Jones going back, but he's got plenty of room. Makes the catch. Yuki tags. He'll move up 90 feet, albeit now with 2 outs.
Well, we know how valuable third base is, and it's because of the number of times the ball gets behind the catcher in this league, and so Yasuda is in an excellent position, and a man who's, I don't know how you say it. Is he having a good day at the plate when you've had 3 walks? Are Are you avoiding a good day at the plate? He certainly has gotten on 3 times for the Diamonds and scored a run. And I think, I'm not sure what's happening now. I think Fuentes came out and said something, but then went and sat down. So we'll get back to play.
So Yuki Asuda led it off with a base hit, stole a base, fly ball gets him to third. 2 outs, and the potential tying run just 90 feet away. Pitch to Garcia. In there, a strike, and the count 0-1.
That seemed...
No balls, 1 strike. Liriano trying to get out of this jam here and preserve the lead. And the pitch breaks inside, and that catches the corner. 0-2 now.
That was at Garcia's shoulders outside of the play. So I don't know how in the world those last 2 pitches were called strikes.
Had good movement coming back into the right-handed hitter, but looked to be above the letters. The 0-2 pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. So Liriano battles through the leadoff base hit, and the Silverados get a little bit of defense, too, to help them out of this jam, and they preserve the lead. We'll go to the 9th with Napa leading the Diamonds 4-3 from Winter Chevrolet.
In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh's new and used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large selection to choose from, Winter Chevrolet is sure to have the car that fits your personality, and their amazing finance programs will allow you to slide into your new car safely. Winter Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of Diamonds Baseball, is off of Highway 4 in Pittsburgh. Winter has what you want. Is there anything more fun than a ball bouncing off the outfield wall for a double? Well, if there is, it might be a double-double from In-N-Out. In-N-Out is an iconic burger restaurant for a reason. Quality is the most important ingredient at In-N-Out. They never freeze, pre-package, or microwave the food. Your burgers, fries, and a shake are waiting to be made on Delta Gateway Boulevard, just off Highway 4. In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger is all about.
And flat Nixon right, thank you. Somebody's finally telling me. Good. I'm always the last to know these things. All right, some changes defensively for the Diamonds. Blatnick will move over from third to right field. Lashley stays in the game. He goes over from first to third base. Carranza now is in. He'll play first base. And Bracamonte now behind the plate. He'll do the catching. He's in for Javier. And the new pitcher is Sam Agnew-Wheeland.
Sam Agnew-Wheeland making his 10th appearance on the year, 20 innings pitched, 10 walks, 27 strikeouts. He has a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 save. His ERA is 2.70, and the Diamonds consider him someone who will throw the ball over the plate, and he has the big job here in the 9th inning. He's got to keep the Diamonds within 1 run and give them a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th.
Kendall Coleman, a walk to his credit so far today. He's also struck out, flown out to center. So officially for the big left-hander, 0 for 2. And now gets a chance here to start it off against Sam Agnew-Wheeland. We've gone to the 9th, Napa by 1. And the pitch is in there for a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. And we know that Napa's thinking, we better get a couple more runs.
Let's hope they're not thinking not again, because that's what kind of creeps into your brain.
Here's the pitch, Coleman, and staying down nicely is Yasuda at second. Toss over to first in time for the out. Coleman is 0 for 1, and that'll bring up the catcher, Nico Tony.
They're already in the bottom of the ninth in Sonoma, where the Stoppers are losing to the Clippers 6-4. And in the bottom of the eighth in San Rafael, it is the Admirals 6 and the Pacifics nothing.
So the Admirals trying their best to end that 10-game losing streak. And the first pitch swung on, and that's shot into center field. That is going to drop in for a base hit. So Tony, he's aboard here with one out. So Coleman bounces out 4-3. Tony grabs the base hit. Here comes Nick Kern. Walked leading off the seventh, but he was picked off, or actually caught stealing. That was that great throw by Javier. And then Kern also homered back in the fourth. So 1 on, 1 out here for Nick. Here's the pitch outside for a ball count. 1 ball and no strikes. So yesterday, Sonoma 5, Martinez 4. Tyler Sharp picked up the win for the Stops. Frank Lopez took the loss for Martinez. Big swing and a miss by Kern. Count goes a ball and a strike. Jacob Cox picked up yet another save. Couple innings, 2 runs, 1 earned for Jacob. And he is really one of those guys that has just flat out nailed down the closer spot. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul back off the post. And then off the camera equipment here behind home plate. Little pinball wizard there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kern. Sharp went 5 2/3, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts for Sonoma. 4 innings, 4 earned for Lopez. Here's the pitch, and that's up high for a ball. Count 2-2. Clips were down 3 going to the ninth against Cox. They got 2, including an HR from Jimmy Lunardelli. But it wasn't enough as Cox picked up his 21st save. And a guy with a sub-3 earned run average and pretty well under 3 at about, I think it was 284. Here's a pitch, big swing and a miss. And that is strike 3. So Nick Kern, a strikeout victim. That is out number 2. And here comes Montelongo, who's looking for his first hit of the afternoon. He popped to second, leading off the second. Grounded to Blatnick over at third. That was in the fourth. Flew out to Quitzer in left. That was in the seventh. Josh 0 for 3. 1 on, 2 down. And here's the pitch to Montelongo in there for a strike. You take the risk of trying to get a stolen base here and get yourself a chance to get a run, or you give the power hitter Montelongo a chance to swing away here. The 0-1 pitch. Here it comes, and inside ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, the benefit to Napa situation, they do lead it by a run. With the way things have gone for them in this ballpark of late, they cannot feel secure with just a 4-3 lead. Starters both gone, Harkin and Blackley. Elvin Liriano, the other pitcher on the Napa side. Cam Hatch, another nice outing for him, and now he's given away to Wheeland. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, and the count goes 1-2. So Wheeland with that fastball just threw it right by him that time, and Montelongo down on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just 3 hits for the Silverados in this ball game, but they have the lead 4-3. Here's a throw back to first, diving back in safely. Here's the runner, Nico Tony. So looking ahead to the ninth, the Diamonds, Smith, Blatnick, and Chris Quitzer. Top of the order due up for Pittsburgh. Chin music that time. And that one misses for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
If you've lost your car keys, we found them.
No, we haven't found it. I was just saying that.
Oh, they haven't found it. But if you found some, let us know.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
That was my fault. Sorry.
Bethencourt waits on deck. And Whelan becoming very deliberate now. 2-2 pitch, and that is low ball 3, 3-2. So 2 outs. Payoff pitch due. The runner, Nico Tony, will get a jump off of first base.
Suddenly it's motocross here.
Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. And that'll do it. So Whelan gives up the base hit, but that's all. And we'll go to the 9th. The Diamonds continue to trail 4-3 here from Pittsburgh.
All right. Our boys are going to come back. I feel it.
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com. Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant.
Who's number 19 for them?
Chris Butcher.
Bottom of the 9th we go, and a new pitcher trying to pick up the save here for the Silverados. Number 19, Chris Butcher, the right-hander, has come on for the Silverados. And he will face the top of the order, Smith, Blatnick, and Chris Quitzer for the Diamonds.
Chris Butcher is making his 37th appearance of the year. He has pitched 48 innings, given up 50 strikeouts, gained 50 strikeouts, given up 23 walks at that time. His record is 2 wins and 3 losses, and his earned run average is 4.87.
Diamonds got a chance to see him in yesterday's ball game. We hope that some familiarity will help the boys in black. We'll see. But they certainly are in the right part of the order to make some noise. Smith will get it started here for the Diamonds. And for Napa, trying to shake off the doldrums of their current losing streak.
This is actually the 7th time he has pitched against the Diamonds this year. And he's got that sidearm delivery that just takes a while to get used to.
So a whole lot of familiarity between the Silverado right-hander and the Pittsburgh lineup. So here's Brett Smith. Flew out actually to right field his last time. It was a nice play out there by Kern. Did pick up an infield base hit, but overall just 1 for 4 for Brett here this afternoon. Takes a strike. Talked about all the good numbers for him earlier. Down to the count here, no balls and 1 strike for him. But that on-base percentage says he's due to reach Pitch, swing, ground ball left side, and a base hit into left field. So he's got himself his first base hit of the game. And the Diamonds get started off in a good way with a leadoff man aboard with a base hit. Here's Morgan Blatnick. Struck out in the first, flew out to center in the third, popped to short, leading off the fifth, walked and stole a base in the seventh.
Now we'll see if the Diamonds will sacrifice.
Bethencourt thinking they might be doing something like that. The third baseman has moved into a couple of steps on the edge of the infield grass. Blatnick takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Quitzer waits on deck. Left-handed batter waits. Smith with his lead, and the pitch. Snap throw to first. Smith back in.
Tony had to kind of reach up high and over Blatnick to throw that ball down to first base, so he was not able to get anywhere near his best stuff on that throw.
Smith's decent lead over there at first base as Ramirez holds him on. 1-1 pitch to Morgan. Breaking ball just a bit low, maybe just a bit inside. But if Mr. Blatnick thinks it's not a strike, then I'm going to agree with him. I think it's, he has earned that right around the league where a lot of times a guy now with his reputation, Scott, can get the benefit of the doubt. 2 balls, 1 strike to Morgan. And the pitch, there goes the runner, swing and a foul as the Diamonds play hit and run. But Smith will have to go back to first base. Morgan just did get under that ball. Looked like he was timed up well for the fastball. Just did foul it back. And the second baseman, Yoshioka, on that play with the runner going, was not moving towards second base. That was Salas that was over there covering. So Yoshioka was holding his ground, feeling that Morgan would pull the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. That one just low. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Blatnick. So here we go again. Top of the order guys here for Pittsburgh. Wreaking havoc on the opposing pitchers. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There goes the runner. There's the pitch. Swinging the ground ball. Base hit into right field. Smith will take the turn at second. He'll head it for third. And the Diamonds have them cornered with nobody out.
The Diamonds are a fly ball away from tying this game, and maybe even more with the powerful Chris Quitzer coming up here.
Number 16, Chris Quitzer.
Now here's always that situation, Scott. You got your third place hitter up, and a guy that you just don't ask him to bunt very much. So that's probably not in the cards in this situation. Although
I think you let him swing away. You're trying to get a fly ball or something, but there are a lot of ways to score from third.
And the pitch to Quitz in there for a strike. Diamonds now with a potential tying run at third, potential winning run at first, and nobody out. And Ryan Lashley due next. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Good looking breaking ball that just seemed to disappear. Well, that was a quality pitch right there to make it 0-2. So Quitzer at least wants to put the bat on the ball. Even a double play, second to first, would tie this game. Swinging, that's a hard hit. Base hit past first into right field. Smith scores. Around goes Blatnick from second. The throw is high. He slides in. He's safe. And then Quitzer heads on over to second base. So a base hit and an RBI for Chris. That ties the game. And then the throwing error will be charged because the runner, Quitzer, had stopped at first, and then he was able to take second. But his run doesn't matter. It's the runner at third, Blatnick, that matters. The potential winning run just 90 feet away and still nobody out. Lashley coming up, and boy, a situation like this, you pull the infield in, do you automatically put Lash on?
I think you should.
Set up the force?
They should. I would think that they would walk Lashley. It just makes it easier to deal with, you know. You know where everybody's got to go, and they're not going to do that, so here's the consequences.
Here's the pitch. That gets
That's
away.
going to do it.
Here comes Blatnick from third. Slides in. He scores. The Diamonds win it.
Morgan Blatnick breaking from third base, coming down the third base line, but there wasn't even an air play, and he goes head first, and now he gets the Gatorade shower, and the Diamonds have won in their last at-bat against Napa 3 out of the last 4 games. What a finish for the Diamonds. What a week for the Diamonds. My goodness. They are 4-2 for the week, and they are playing like a championship team that is playing down the road. I don't know if you've heard of the Oakland A's.
Chris Butcher gets the blown save, and Travis Blackley ends up, I believe he's still the pitcher of record, so he would get the win for the Diamonds. And what do you say about the Silverados, the house of horrors that is Winter Chevrolet Stadium for the boys from Napa?
They are going to be very happy to be out of here. They have no more games in Pittsburgh this season. And today, I think they lost a game to Vallejo because I think the Admirals actually won. So they just have not. They had their golden opportunity. They haven't been able to take advantage. They're not out of it by any chance, by any stretch of the imagination. But the Diamonds are just a team of destiny all of a sudden. They just seem to have that thing. They can't lose. They keep coming back.
So Chris Butcher gets the blown save. He takes the loss. The Diamonds, and this is going to make you very happy, Scott. The Diamonds now at 35 and 35, and they've drawn even with in the standings.
And that is another one of the humps that you can't quite get over sometimes. And the Diamonds have not been able to get over that hump, and now they're at 500, and they have a well-earned day off and 10 more baseball games before the playoffs.
So Smith, Blatnick, Quitzer all coming up with base hits to get the game tied, and then it is I think it was either a pass ball or a wild pitch that ends up finishing it off. Diamonds win it in dramatic fashion again, 5-4, and they have drawn their record even. And what do you say about Napa? The lead is never safe. Diamonds get the win again. Everybody's off tomorrow. And, guys, enjoy your off day. You've earned it. Diamonds in the final here. They win it 5-4. That'll do it for us here with Diamonds Baseball. For Scott McDonald, I'm Anthony Schultz saying goodbye from Pittsburgh.